Hello, all of you wonderful, wonderful people. It is your boy Rylionn, and joining me here tonight is the bearded duo, my yang to my yin. Look at him. It is Gitano, the man himself. Oh, I love it. I can't wait. You got to grow it out, man. Just keep on growing it.
Exactly.
Please.
Give me 2 months and I'm there. I'm
2 months.
Mr. T right with you.
All right, we're writing this down. Like someone definitely clip that. We're gonna do a 2 month time
Oh
span
no.
around December time. We'll reconvene. We'll give you 3 at most, you know. But I am definitely looking forward to tonight's matchup. As you can see, the draft has already started. It is going to be green team, which is I Dream of Means, versus team red, which is XRising ESports. And I'm going to go ahead and break down the teams for you all as well. We have XRising starting on the blue side here today. We have Techie Tets in the top side. WWWWGGGGG is going to be in the jungle. Ocapio in the mid lane. Birds are spies in the ADC. And our casting brothers, Soviet Snipes, on support. And for Team I Dream of Memes, or Team Green, is going to be on red side here tonight. We have Windward Ocean in the top. Arsenic Fox in the jungle, Boxing of Kittens in the mid lane, Fizzed Everywhere on ADC, and once again, our caster brother himself, Primus Multis. So we have a caster v caster game. A lot of smack talking earlier on between the two. So it's a battle of the support casters right now. But let's go ahead. We're going to break down the bands. And Gitano, who do we got banned up here so far?
I'm still waiting on my screen, so I might have a different link than you if I am not looking at this correctly.
Okay, no, that is completely fine. I mean,
Oh, never mind. We just got it. I think we're on the Aatrox, I believe.
Yes, okay, yes, sir.
XRising?
Yep.
Yes. All right. Perfect.
And I'm unsure. I don't know if they're just skipping bands real quick or not, but yes, I believe they are because they started just a little bit later, I believe. But we did have actually, I believe it's broken. Hold on one second here. I am inquiring right now. Oh, we're on the wrong one. Okay, so we have here a new spec link. That's completely my fault. One moment here. I'm getting that up and ready for you all. They definitely have a new link. I just got notified of that right now. So let's go ahead and we're going to fix that. Things happen. You know, we are not perfect by any means, but there we go.
Well, I am, but some of you are not.
All right, valid point. So this is the new link, so we're going to go ahead and bring it up. XRising. Once again, is going to be on blue side, and starting off, we're going to have the set band out. So yeah, Windward Ocean, I believe, is one of those bruiser heavy type players, and I mean, essentially, if you're in topside or if you're just going to be in a league in general, you just got to be well versed. Either tank it up, bruiser it up. You got to be able to match different types of situations here, but. Set, I think, is a very safe ban. Anivia coming out in the second one, and Vlad as well. So, I don't know if you've seen any of the nerfs or anything like that, or, this patch that has just gone through. I looked at it for a moment, but I forgot a whole bunch of things already. So, I don't know if any of these bans make sense to you, or do you think this is just purely I
think this is more targeting than anything. The nerfs, there was a couple of champs, I think a half dozen that were touched up, but nothing that was too outstanding. Kind of a buffs across the board, but it was more of a balance of life and not as much as, this is going to be pick or ban 100%.
Got you. Yes, no, I definitely agree. And, I mean, with, you've seen Red play, so they got a little bit of a later start in the league, than some of the other teams here in the beginning, and I think also Team Gray. They both started, I believe, in week 2 here, and Team Green has been doing really well, especially from week 1. They did crush my team 0-2 week 1, so I definitely feel that pain, and they've been pretty strong throughout. The entirety of the series so far, but like, how are you feeling with this matchup, this Christmas showdown, green and red?
It's a little early. We haven't hit Thanksgiving quite yet, but I'm leaning towards red, and I know it's the caster curse. I'm going to put my points in and then eat the pudding later.
No, understandable. No, I definitely, it is going to be difficult. There are two really good teams that have really good players on both sides. So it's going to be difficult to really call it, but I'm going to go 2-1 in green favor, only because, they have just been really consistent throughout, like I said, the entirety of this series. I believe they only lost one game officially, and it was a 1-2. So they still got to that 3 series. And it's just really going to be reliant, I believe, around Boxing of Kittens and Primus being able to set up everybody because, both Soviet and Primus have like a really similar play style, according, to what I've seen them in, how they both talk a lot of crap about each other. So I know they're definitely going to be hyper focused on getting their carries as many kills as possible. But how are you feeling about the matchups here so far? So we have Thresh, Amumu, and Orianna. That's a sick wombo coming in early already from XRising. And we have Nocturne and Nico. So we have kind of like a tank engage utility based, blue side right now. So Team Red and Green. Okay, now they have the Leona coming through as well. Green has a little bit of like go in, engage, assassinate type comps. So, how are you feeling just about these first 3 picks here so far?
First 3 picks, I definitely give it to the blue side or red team right now. It's just a solid comp right now. You can kind of throw whatever 80 carry you want and top layer into this, and it's going to make sense. But having said on the other side, if you get a Fed Nocturne early, Nico's really good at, that lane dominance at times and can really punish a team, especially in team fights. And a Leona Wombo combo with a Nico is nothing to joke about.
That is very true. And both of our caster brothers as well have their early support picks. So Thresh, I kind of knew that was what Soviet leaned towards. He is a amazing, amazing Thresh player. And I'm kind of surprised, though, picking Leona into Thresh because Thresh has the ability to disengage the Leona.
Play her out of that E.
Exactly. Yep. And I know she still has the solar flare, but still like that Zenith Blade is a very important part of her kit to get onto that backline. And they could pick a really easy comp here and go with like Ezreal Thresh. Like it does not get any safer than that whatsoever. He's going to be able to have the Arcane Shift due to the Nocturne. Same thing with the Leona. Like there's just a whole lot that they're giving up to XRising. I think Green Team is right now. So I might have to switch my my vote and go with XRising. But Fizzed everywhere combatants that though with the Vayne pick. So I do actually really like that. That's a really strong pick. Threshy isn't that tanky, but Amumu definitely is, and Orianna, yeah, she's going to be able to have those shields, but I definitely see this being a Serpent's Vayne type game for Nocturne and maybe Vayne if she wants to go ahead and lessen the shields as well that both Thresh and Orianna provide. And they picked another tank. Oh, never mind. Okay, they switched it up. They juked my ass. They said
left blinker and he turned right.
Yeah, it was like, okay, never mind. No, we thought about Volibear and then we said, wait, that's a Vayne, and we were gonna go with Renekton. I like that Renekton pick much more than the Volibear, definitely. So that's gonna be the top side more than likely. But like you said, this is gonna be great. So all that has to happen is either Amumu has to fully engage. Oh, beautiful. And following it up with an Ashe pick as well. So Birds and Soviet will be doing the Thresh Ashe with the Amumu jungle, Orianna mid, and Renekton top side. So that is XRising. And then I Dream of Memes is going to go ahead and follow up with their last pick and go with Cho'Gath top. So all right, they balanced out the assassins with some tanks. I like the Leona. I like the Cho'Gath. The Vayne is the tank destroyer. So Amumu, if he's not able to get a bandage toss, he is just going to get taken out quite quickly. But I don't know. This is actually a pretty even game, and it's difficult to really give any one team an advantage. Like, what are you feeling?
I do like that XRising has for their team right now. Everyone can start this fight. Renekton can dash in, start someone, Ashe Arrow, Orianna can catch a ball out. There's just so many things working for them for team fight wise. But on the other side, you have that pocket pick, you have that Vayne, that late game, you scale to that 25-30 minute mark, you get your farm, you get extra early kills. and it's going to snowball from there. So same thing
Absolutely.
with Nocturne. You get some early kill pressures, and it's definitely a snowball that you will not be able to stop.
Yeah, you are definitely not wrong at all. And let me go ahead. I'm going to get the predictions up here for you. Also, you can go ahead and start that. And here we are. I dream of memes. I'll go ahead and put it up for the next 5 minutes. So please drop your channel points in there. Try to win some. You know, you get to enough, you can ban someone out the server eventually. I'm saving up for that. I don't know who I'm going to ban yet, but it's happening. And there we go. There we go. Predictions are live. So overall, bottom line, all the chips in. Who are you going with overall? Just 100%.
All the chips in. I'm that underdog man. We'll go with Team Red. Not that they're complete not favored odds, but
Right?
I like to see the matches. So I'm
Okay.
definitely going with that.
All right. Red, absolute. Wait, red side or Team Red XRising?
Team Red XRising.
Okay. Sometimes for the viewers, because it gets confusing when people have that the same color as the
Little bit of
sides.
everything.
I hate it. Especially when it's blue and red versing each other. It's like, all right, now you're just torturing me now. But
Yes.
I'm definitely looking forward to this. I'm gonna go with green just to balance it out. Not gonna lie. So just to keep it even, I'll go with green side. I like their heavy engage. Between the Nocturne, Nico being able to get the C. Like they have a lot of good CC between the Nico, Leona, Cho'Gath, and then Vayne is just able to stay behind this giant wall, and they can't really get past that. They have to get through it. And Orianna has a lot of good splash damage. Like they have a good even amount of damage between AP and AD. Coming in from XRising, and Meme Team has a lot of AD. In my opinion, or actually, no, they have a good mixture as well. So it's just going to be difficult. It's just going to be about positioning, and when it comes to objective control, I think it's going to go into XRising's favor because of the Amumu Orianna wombo. But if they're just in large open spaces, and that gives green able to capitalize on like a solar flare coming in from Leona, and they can go ahead and zone everybody out with the Cho'Gath ulti, or not Cho'Gath ulti, Cho'Gath Q, plus Nocturne can go ahead and hop on the back line there and just cause a bunch of turmoil and confusion with his ulti. So it's just going to be really where are each of these teams taking the fights. But I'm going to go once again with Team Green for game number 1 here.
I'm really curious to see what Vision looks like. That's probably going to set the tone of the game. Dragon, all of those things.
Absolutely.
It's who's going to draw that first blood and who's going to take that aggressive stance. You do scale well, for green over here, but
Right.
if you wait too long, then they're going to kind of run you down.
Absolutely. And do you expect to see any early invades? Do you want to see any early invades from either side?
Oh, they're going to. I'm sure something's going to happen. We're going to get a cheeky level 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
hope
always
so.
one of those. It's a teeter totter because it can go really super in your favor or it can sink you really far down. So
That is
I'm
true.
a big fan of just laying the lane, play as it is, and let if you're gonna be beat by skill rather than crap. We weren't on the same page. We messed up on something. Don't beat yourself. Let them beat you.
Yep, I could not agree more. And you've played in front of people. You know what it's like. Like, is it a different environment than playing like in solo queue? Like, how would you explain it to somebody who's never played in a tournament setting before, or even live in front of people? Just in general. Like, would you say it's a different atmosphere, the same, or like nerve wracking? Like, how do you feel about the
Definitely
experience?
a different atmosphere. You have your friends watching. You have the people,
That's true.
with other teams and they're scouting you as well. It's a little pressure, but once you get into the game, the first couple of minutes, it just goes right by you, and now you're with your team. And it also depends on your team as well. Everyone's going to lose, but it's how you take those losing moments and grow with them afterwards, talk it out. What could we have done better? And you push through it.
Absolutely. That very well said. You're the person on the team that's just like, all right, guys, let's just focus. We may have messed up at Dragon.
The
It
dad of the
happened.
group.
Yeah, the dad of the group. It's like, all right, come with me. Let's go. Just
Yep.
you're fine.
Come on. You're fine. You're fine.
Pick yourself up. Dust yourself off.
Yeah. I'm very methodical in that point where, emotions and feelings are two different things for me. Feelings, it's that raw, like the emotion, you may have that, but how do you feel afterwards? So, and the
Right.
team, like I said, everyone's going to lose, but it's a game at the very end, and everyone here too. Like I've talked with them, they have great camaraderie between everyone, so there's no bad blood at the end of the game. I expect handshakes, virtually high fives, maybe some penguin dabs.
Yeah, all
You
day
know,
long. You already know. And,
there you go.
definitely a huge shout out to my team because I was a very angry individual and they have definitely worked with me. If I was the captain, I would have kicked my ass out long ago. And, they worked with me and now it's like, okay, we're working together as a team. Like you
We're
said,
good.
it's all
We're
about
good.
synergy and getting better, and improving. So yeah, that's very true. That's the reason why I like this whole just team gap environment in general. Like just being able to see everybody grow over, the Silver League, Gold League from the very beginning. I don't know if you were around during the springtime. If
I
you
was not,
witnessed.
unfortunately, but
Okay, well, if you go
yeah.
back and you look at some of the gameplays, like you would just see like vast improvement, and then especially from spring to summer now, Gold League, it was completely different. And in terms of a lot of the gameplays for a lot of individuals, and it's just nice to see that continual growth here. But with that being said, the game is going to be starting here within the next few moments. Let me go ahead and get it pulled up for you all. Predictions have ended as well just about 30 seconds ago. Let's go ahead and get this started. There we go. Once again, XRising ESports, which is Team Red, is going to be on blue side. And then I Dream of Memes, which is Team Green, is going to be on the red side. And yeah, very excited. I was born ready. I was so excited to cast yesterday, and unfortunately that didn't end up happening, and I was nervous that it wouldn't happen today. I gotta believe.
Oh man, I always love to see skins that you don't see very often. The
Mhm.
Spirit Blossom Vein, I think that's the first time I'm seeing that right now.
Ooh.
Um, I do love the Dark Star Cho as well. There's so many poor Renekton party for that. I love using that because it's such a troll to spam your back, and now you're on the tower and you can see out for everyone. Who wins the skin war? Last time it was how many feet and legs does everyone have, and this time it's about the skin. So next game, I
Absolutely.
want to see how much have you spent on League? Way too much.
Oh, yeah, I have spent, unfortunately, way too much money on this game. I must admit, it is definitely embarrassing, and we're not going to talk about it. Oh, let me also get this sound up a little bit. You can hear a little bit better. Let me know if that is good for you all. But yes, here we go. Game number one is underway. Once again, XRising Esports versus I Dream of Memes. And just like you called Gitano, we are definitely going to see some invade action, or at least counter invade action. So maybe they're just setting up just in case, because they know, between the Ash Slows and the Thresh Hook and the Amumu bandages, that if you end up going that, I know Mumu doesn't typically do that level one. It's not very good for clearing, but it's just good for at least that invade. But nope, they're playing smart. They're doing that 5 point start. That's excellent. I love that. We have an early back as well from Soviet. He used the ward. He went and got the sweepers. He is supporting it up, baby. That is what he's supposed to do. I like it. And same thing with Nocturne. Did the same thing. So pretty traditional start all the way around. And where would you want the focus to be for both teams? Where do you see a lot of the attention? Who would you want to be carrying you if you're on either side?
On the other side, I think if you get bot lane dominance, it just translates into a smoother game for objective play. Mid is kind of mid and top. Hopefully, is going to be one of those pool party, inflatables that just kind of go back and forth. But knowing Renekton and Show, I mean, both of them can deal out some massive amount of damage. So I'd hoping they'd prioritize bot lane, especially for Dragon, because now with Soul, Elder, and stuff like that, it just helps so much to force your opponent into those fights. So I think for blue side here, that's your prioritize because you don't want to fall behind on a team fight comp, and then all of a sudden you can't even do what your team's supposed to be drafted for.
Absolutely. No, no, couldn't have said that any better myself. And, very true. And later on in the game, anyways, it's just going to be in favor of Vayne ADC wise. So they do kind of need to get the Ashe that early boost as much as possible, because as time moves forward, they have a lot of tanks over here on XRising, and she is just going to absolutely demolish them. So the earlier the advantage, the better it is, I would say, for Team X. But they're just kind of playing back, Soviet's not really utilizing his range advantage. They did hit level 2 first, I believe, Primus and Fizzed. So, he definitely wanted to watch out for that Zenith Blade action. Did he start Q? Or it doesn't matter. He's level 2 now, so he has both. But, here we go.
It's a little trade back and forth here. Orianna Ball just giving that a little bit of extra damage. Not too fooled by the clone. Some really nice pokage going on right there. Love to see it. And a little fight going in bottom as well. Thresh Hook missing. Zenith Blade headed back to that backline. Ashe poking out just a little bit, and those minions are going to be doing a ton of damage right away.
Absolutely.
Renekton now top side from mid to bottom to top. We are getting harassment all the way around, and I love it.
Yeah, direct to camera just cannot keep up with all the action all over. I love the engage, capitalizing on the fact that the Flay was used, so he went straight onto the Ezreal. The only dilemma being was there was no way that Vayne could follow up with any of the damage, and you are just sitting in a bunch of minions. Oh.
Another Zenith Blade coming in right now. Thresh grabbing that Ashe, and Cleanse coming out, giving that first blood over.
Oh, I know
memes.
He is
Green.
mad.
Oh. And that's why Cleanse sometimes is the correct pick.
He is not happy at all. It's all right. Nah, I think he's gonna. Oh, I think he's gonna recover from it quite nicely. But yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. That Cleanse was perfectly used by Fizzed everywhere, and man, the only thing that's holding back Cho'Gath right now is the Oh my
this
God.
Is a little bit of a back and forth right now. Renekton not having to worry about that mana, but Cho does. Thresh Lantern coming around.
Ooh.
Flay right now comes through. Flash for Ashe, and topside. Renekton says, "See you later, alligator." Another hook coming out. I don't think that hit, but a bandage toss did, and there goes Vayne. A nice trade back, and Orianna with that shield again, just being able to out-trade this Nico. Really love to see that.
Insane. Like, literally, they're just nonstop fighting everywhere. Great follow-up from WWG there. Just getting Vayne, getting Fizzed everywhere, knowing that he already utilized Flash and Cleanse. So there really wasn't anything that he could do to escape whatsoever. So, great job, great follow-up. Ashe almost picking up the kill on either Vayne or on Leona, but it was just a little bit unfortunate timing. And Primus still hadn't used his exhaust yet. I'm kind of surprised about that. He just kept it up for safety purposes. I don't know.
At some point, you also know, like, your losses are going to be cut, and you just kind of have to say, all right, gig's up, I'll save it for next time. And then an interesting buy here from Vayne with those boots, too. That's going to be definitely a poke heavy now. She can get in and out super quickly. I'd love to see how this plays out. And a Vamp Scepter here for Ashe. A little bit more sustain in lane, especially with those Thresh, the steel plate, or the shoulder guards being able to help out a little bit. And top lane, they are just wombo comboing each other for all it's worth.
Like, for real though, it literally it's in Cho's favor, then it's in Renekton's favor, then it's in Cho's favor. Like, they're just healing all over. And yet, the only thing that's really, truly holding back Cho'Gath is that mana pool, unfortunately. At least early on, but, he's getting a few of those grass procs off, and he's just doing a great job. Same thing with Capio as well, just really taking advantage, and, uh-oh.
Here we go, pops the ult, stuns, dash, revolution, and there it goes. Nice ult by Orianna trying to come in. A shot, and that is it. Nocturne, also Paranoia, coming in. Taking out the Orianna, just barely, not enough to get that shield up. Amumu was right there, but unfortunately not able to help out.
Lots of sums used, lots of ultis used, great follow-up all the way around. And right now, XRising ESports, though, in a really good position, starting off strong, 4-2. They're about a little under 1k gold ahead right now. And let's see where most of that gold is at. 2-0 on the Renekton in the top side. 1-0 Amumu. Ashe is still just chilling, a little bit behind in farm, but other than that, still doing pretty well. Vayne did pick up that kill as well early, so I feel like Nocturne really needs to focus, like you said, on this bot lane a little bit more. He does hit level 6, or he did hit level 6, so he has to capitalize using that paranoia as much as possible, especially this early on. And more action.
Zenith Blade coming in, a little bit of exchange, nothing too crazy back and forth. I think vaults were had been an option, and Vayne just grabbing hers right now. A level down Thresh, stepping out a little bit, and they do see that. Exhaust coming out here right now, and just a tippy toe away. Renekton trying to come in on the backside, dashing through Leona and picking up another kill.
Damn, that was
This is going to be one fed alligator.
Yeah, but that definitely should have gone over to Ashe. He's already 2-0. I know he used the teleport, so he needed to capitalize, and that's his reward for just securing the kill. Great job, and I think Ashe, or Birds Are Spies, may have thought that they accidentally had heal, because there was really no reason that I could see for them to utilize Cleanse at that time, because the Zenith Blade went through her, and then onto the Thresh. So Soviet was the one that got really hit by that, but still, they both took Cleanse, like you had said, so at least they're utilizing it, definitely. Yes. But whenever I take it, I always think that I have heal, so I always use it wrong.
Same, and then it's like 30 minutes and you haven't used it correctly, and you're like, I should have just taken heal at this point. I understand, what am I thinking? Cleanse using by that fate right now, once again, the good ult coming down, the level 2 boots, being able to chase down Ashe. They are going to be pushed in here. Nocturne also, he does have his ult right now, looking towards that bottom side. And Mumu also coming over, and looks like we are going to get a nice 3v3 here. Orianna might be able to spot out Nocturne. He does. There's the paranoia and the ult coming through, and of course Solo. Really nice placement by that ball, and a shockwave. A flash smite comes out and still gets her. There's not much you can do. You literally did everything you could, but just still couldn't come out of it.
I would say that's still really good for Orianna. And hold on one moment here.
Another bandage shot's coming out, and Mumu, his ult hitting. Nice little shutdown right there. Looks like he will be taken out after the ignite and the auto, even after the flash, just following up a half second later. And
that flash was very questionable. I mean, he already had the ignite on him. He was going to die anyway, so I think, that definitely went in favor of, obviously, I Dream of Memes there. Nico's able to go ahead and pick up the kill. Great job, though, still picking up the Nocturne. That bandage shot was absolutely ridiculous. And, I mean, it could have been better, just not wasting the flash there. And, let's see, Soviet Snipes looking from the top side of that bot lane there. Okay. But no, he's not going to capitalize. Yeah, Birds Are Spies is a little bit too low, I think, for this Vayne Leona that has full health practically and full mana. This is not the fight that they probably are looking for.
No. As of right now, this bot lane for Memes is just pushing and pushing and pushing and not really respecting a counter from a Mumu.
Right.
And right now, it's going definitely in their favor for doing that. Vayne's keeping up in farm, and as long as you're even on that farm, you've won lane, essentially. And you've won, well, we wouldn't say you win the game, but you're putting yourself in a really advantageous spot.
Absolutely. No, I definitely agreed. And Primus is doing a really good job just taking out these wards, and Fizz everywhere just bodying Birds Are Spies right now. Like we said, if Ashe wasn't going to get these early leads, and right to the middle lane.
Nocturne just punishing that Orianna once again. Great shockwave, but not having the flash, having the regank, and this Nocturne is doing great of picking apart what he can, where he can.
Absolutely.
Mumu, bandage toss going in. He does not have ult yet, otherwise I think that may have been a dead Nico.
And the first dragon of the game, the second dragon of the game is a mountain drag, so we could possibly see an infernal drake here as the soul.
That's the first one. What was I doing?
It was really quick though. Soviet forced to flash though. Very nice bandage shots coming in from a Mumu. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. You want to take the Zenith Blade going to the back line here. Looking for something. Thresh Cage pops up. Nocturne going right now on, I can't even see a Mumu, and he goes down. Lots of low health bars right here. Nice little scattered W by Ashe, but just surviving at the tip. I mean, health bars right now. He probably thought that was a clone. That is very unfortunate and unlucky. That is the best I can say right now. And Dragon will be picked up here. I dream of memes.
Everyone had 2 health. Everyone had 2 health.
Oh man!
Like Ash had to just hit 1 attack like 3 times. That's it. Oh,
Your dad came home and ran over your puppy. That's how sad this Ash is right now.
oh my! Like that was like a quad or a triple, just waiting, begging, and then yeah, Nico flashing forward. That was still very questionable. Still escaped, didn't die, but that was way too close for comfort. And yeah, great job from I Dream of Means picking up the second dragon, and we are going to see an Infernal Soul. Absolutely, what a banger!
Ooh.
Game number 1 so far. Lots and lots of action. That is for definitely certain. And
Definitely some unlucky 50-50 plays just coming out, and sometimes that's just how it is.
yes,
There's definitely not a it's a 1.5k goal difference right now. The
Right.
game's by no stretch of the means over.
No.
But it's definitely kind of an early hit there for Team Red.
And also, Renekton, while all that was happening, went and secured the Rift Herald as well. So he does have that in the top side going for him. He's still 3-1, even in farm though with Cho, and great dodge from Fizzed everywhere though.
Play coming out and a Lantern for Mumu. They are going to be picking here on the Thresh, and it looks like he will go down. That is a
Oh my
hefty
God.
tank, though. Renekton trying to turret dive right now.
Oh.
Does get in the slice and dice, but a big shutdown right now. Cho'Gath TPing on the backside there, silencing everyone, and Thresh trying to get that Ashe out. Nice ultimate right there, trying to slow down a little bit. Nico also coming down here. We have to get Thresh out here, but unfortunately... Oh, wow. I am wrong. They are
What?
taking it to him. Well, a questionable turn.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, does not pay off. Orianna will still be pushing. TP was unfortunately not quite up yet, and I am weary of this Nocturne with ult, and he is looking mid. He is came behind, and there he is. Uses the flash to get out of there, and has Shockwave available, so Nocturne will respect that. But that is just a little bit more of that scale balancing the opposite way if you are rooting here for the blue side.
Yeah, no, that was. I mean, it's like these fights. They start off so well for XRising, and then they just either overcommit or. Oh, here we go. Or like getting caught out of position. Nice cleanse. See, this is why you have that spell for. This
I need to take some notes.
For this
Next
specific
time I
reason.
play with cleanse.
And like whether you're playing against an Ashe or a Leona, like you probably should have cleanse absolutely, or focus on building a Quicksilver so that way you can just get out of these very sticky situations. But XRising, like they look so good, but there was no reason for Tekitets to go ahead or Techi, or however you pronounce it, to dive that far underneath tower, especially with a Vayne who is already 2-1 and had a Kraken Slayer at her disposal. So it was not a good move. They burned a lot of sums. They were in a really good position, and then they just overcommitted 100%. And I'm not sure. Like the goal difference now is a little bit further ahead. We went from about 1,000 to now 2,000. It's 7-11. They have 2 dragons. I know Renekton had gotten the Rift Herald earlier, which I'm sure secured mid there. Yeah, first tower, and but I Dream of Means is not someone that you want to get fed. Nocturne's getting fed early. Same thing with the Vayne, and here we go again.
It's just one of those, not respecting how far ahead Vayne is.
Right.
At this point, it is their game to lose. Nice hook going on Vayne, and a nice ult capturing that as well. Orianna on the backside here, trying to help out a little bit. We'll see who they give this kill to. I'm hoping Orianna.
No.
A Mumu grabbing again. He's not a sad mummy today. And it looks like Cho'Gath has also hit that point where he is able to go toe-to-toe with that Renekton, and that hurts that matchup that much more. Yes, Renekton does scale. He's a very early champion, but at some point, you will see him fall off.
Absolutely. And it's just it's looking better and better with every passing moment right now for I Dream of Memes. Like you said, Cho'Gath able to go ahead and 1v1 the Renekton early, or, at this point in the game, is just not a good look. And he was seeming to be like the win condition right now for Team XRising. So Vayne, or not Vayne, I'm sorry, Ashe, unfortunately, just not able to secure any of these early kills at all. 0, 2, and 4, 124 farms, so not doing bad in the farming department at all. Just not able to just get any of these secures. Most of them, unfortunately, going on over to Amumu, who just went ahead and engaged there.
Oh, Renekton trying to get towards that backline again. The ultimate will come out and find no one. That paranoia hitting the alligator. Thresh tries to slow down the team, but will not be happening. And this Mummy might actually be sad here. Num 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 goes Cho, and there goes the Amuma. Looks like Rift Herald they're looking for here. Oh man, there's just little macro plays that are kind of unfortunately tilting this game a little bit too far. It was nice that they did pick up the dragon, just because now they're not forcing down the next one for Soul Point, which bought them time. But now they have to make use of that. They need to start clearing the jungle wards. They need to start placing their own. They need to start picking out, who's soloing, trying to get that deep vision, start grouping up, and taking what they can where they can. Unfortunately, right now, I Dream of Memes is just going to be boa constricting the other side as hard as they can. Just pinching off as much as they can and keep feeding that Vayne. Especially with the two items right now, you're looking at the next 10 to 15 minutes, either get something done or you look for game two.
Yeah, and it looks like at the moment they just keep on trying to go for these fights that they have no business going for. Unfortunately, um, you know, like we said, Ashe is 3 and 4 now. And they're way pushed up into the lane there. I know they got the tower early, but with the engage that they have from the Leona to the Nocturne, I know that's Amumu's whole shtick as well. But they have to look for picks specifically around jungle objectives right now, or like one side lane push, like from Cho'Gath or from Nico or somebody who's just sticking into the side lanes, but they cannot do these full-on 5v5 fights at all at the moment. They have too much access to the back line. Ashe has no way been able to protect herself from the Nocturne. He's 6 and 1. He has 2 items. Ashe has an Immortal Shield going. Techie Tets.
Renekton just stepping out a little too far for those. A nice move alt backs him up a little bit here, and Nocturne gain a little low, but unfortunately not able to go down. That was a nice shutdown by Renekton right there. God. That was a great turn. That Starich gauge being popped by Nocturne while he was down there was that saving grace. The two Fed people on Rising there working really well together, so that might be a silver lining, but now they need to push that advantage that was just given to them.
Absolutely. Great shutdown. Much needed. Going on over, I believe that went to Orianna. Yes, it did. She's 2, 3, and 1 now, so all that delicious gold went on over to her, shutting down the Nico. Nocturne, Starix Gauge, like you said, definitely saved him in that situation there, but it looks like Orianna now might be stepping up a little bit. And I'm sorry, that was definitely not Orianna. I meant Renekton. He went 4, 2, and 0, and Capio should have just... What?
No. It's not worth it at that point. You overextended. You were caught out.
Why did he
just let it be.
What? He flashed into the wall. That's so unfortunate.
He was trying to get executed. I can definitely see where, because he took all the tower shots, wasted that time, and he was right there, but unfortunately the tower did not give him that range on that final one, stepping into that brush.
Yeah, he should have just stuck around. Oh, that's so unfortunate. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay. Things happen. You learn from your mistakes and you move forward. And sorry, that gold earlier went on over to Renekton, not Orianna. That's my fault. Still, I think he is the win condition for iDream or for XRising at the moment. Ash is trying to do what she can in farm, so she's catching up slowly but surely. Almost done with, I believe, is going to be the Phantom Dancer. If I'm not, no, never mind. That's definitely going to be Runin's Hurricane. She went with the Double Dagger Zeal, so yeah, Double Dagger Zeal. So yep, that's going to be a Runin's Hurricane build. At the moment, do you think that is the best choice? I know what's in got nerfed, but I'm just saying in general versus Phantom Dancer.
I would not at this point have hit that. And a little bit of a catch on a Mumu. He does have the ball in, which will give him a little bit more resistance. This Dragon will definitely be a pinnacle one of a turning point. Double Inferno for blue side. Ash Arrow coming out, trying to find someone. It does find the Cho'Gath, probably not the primary target. Both Holograph Shockwave blasting back to people right there. We got Nico on the back line hitting up a whole bunch of carries. Ash very healthy in the back, still trying to push forward here. Nocturne trying to go right now on that Orianna. The ball is going to be saving her. Vayne flashes in, it looks like, and is tearing up that back line. Ash, unfortunately, not able to survive, and that is a turn. A penta kill for Vayne. This is about the worst case scenario. Now you have Soul Dragon coming up. You have a Baron that is going to be taken, and they have. Oh, I didn't even realize that they have Rift Herald down bottom as well. This is going to be a devastating next 30 seconds.
A penta kill. Great job. That was the first team gap ace of the series here, and a pentakill nonetheless to Fizzed Everywhere. I mean, I think that's the first pentakill that we have in the Silver League. If I'm not mistaken, anybody can quote me if I'm wrong. 100%. But yes, great job. I mean, there wasn't really a whole lot that. It looked really good. They did a great job of doing front to back, and they were spread out. Like, I Dream of Means did not do the wombo that they needed to, and it ended up being okay because of the ability that Fizzed Everywhere has to just stay behind that front line and apply so much damage because of how much further ahead she is right now. And an Ash Arrow coming through, barely missing. But yes, it was, it was a really good look. I like how Amumu went onto the back line, but he had absolutely no follow-up whatsoever. They couldn't because Nocturne's going to answer back and follow onto the back line of your team as well. So XRising had to deal with the threat of Nocturne being there, along with Boxing of Kittens and Leona, or Primus, just going straight to the back line as well. So they were able to get him down. Orianna did a great job capitalizing on the damage on Primus, but as you clearly saw and everyone else saw, Fizzed Everywhere just was able to take out the Amumu and then just make his way down to the squishy targets, went for Ocapio, a heavy damage target, and then just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pentakill, and the rest is history from there. But great.
I'm looking at the replay right now. I actually went back a little bit just to see the positioning. Vayne doing a really good job of waiting for all of this to go through. Picks up that Renekton. Pushes him away using Contempt, and yes, Amumu trying to get in there as much as he can, but there's no one there to help. And then after that, it is just a pick by pick by pick. She was exhausted. There was a flash, that little bit of stealth here, and she just about went down. But that was a really clean positioning, knowing cooldowns and relying on your team. So that was a great penta.
Yes, absolutely great gameplay, and another Paranoia coming in from Nocturne. Oh my, that's 2 hits on Arsenic Fox on to Ocapio there. Techie Tets is the focus of the Vayne. Oh, the Condemn doesn't go through. One more tumble. She's going to run into tower. Doesn't matter. 3 members down. And this looks like it might be game number 1 here for I Dream of Memes. And Vayne's actually focused. Down she goes. Right there. Amumu also picking up a shutdown. What is happening?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything is happening. This was a really good game 1 despite towards the end a very back and forth and a lot of 50-50 plays just not going in the direction of Rising. But there's always game 2. Like I said, it's that bounce back that's really going to dictate how your next game goes and your mentality of it.
Absolutely. No, seriously, great job. Game number 1 in the books, though. We have a pentakill also on deck as well. So that was just super, super fantastic. I mean, that was an absolute banger. I mean, you don't really see pentakills all that much, and to see one in the first game, it just makes me happy. And looking at the damage charts, obviously Vayne in the lead, 19,000 damage overall. So, just great focus. It was a little bit back and forth there in the beginning, but once again, XRising just kept on engaging into these fights that they really didn't have any business engaging in because most of the kills were on the Amumu and the Renekton. Everyone else, Ocapio, Orianna only had 2 kills. Birds Are Spies only had 1 kill. That was the Ashe, and Sylvia had 1 kill as well. He's Thresh, so he's not really in that carry position. So, definitely unfortunate. Great job though for My Dream of Memes for securing game number 1. Let me go ahead and choose the prediction and disperse the points. Here we go. I Dream of Memes is the winner once again, and there we are. And if we can go ahead, get the second draft up and running. And hold on one moment here. I'm going to go ahead and get everything pulled up. But yeah, it kind of, our predictions were kind of going the way that we both thought everything was going to be happening. But it was just, that champion pool difference, unfortunately, being able to have that Nocturne heavy engage. And I think it's also they weren't funneling any of the kills to the proper carries. So, it was just a lot of unfortunate fights that Ashe was just not able to pick up anything early on. She couldn't capitalize. And Vayne does what Vayne does and just snowball out of control,
Yeah. For the other side, for Blue, what I've liked is if you could change that game, deep vision. As soon as you see that Nocturne, he's at Wraiths, he's at Gromp, he's wherever he's at, that and can apply pressure elsewhere. Top lane, that Renekton and Mumu, they were very far ahead, and that's something they should have pushed a little bit further. Let's roam towards that mid side, get Orianna fed as well. Let's start going into the jungle a little bit, trying to catch out that Nocturne. If you can slow their team down, get that pressure backed off, you're fine. Dragon, I didn't see any problems anywhere there. They fought where they had to. They had good positioning. That Infernal Drake that they did, they had the vision. That was a really good take. I think unfortunately I said, it's just that 50-50 play that unfortunately didn't quite go in their favor. Otherwise I think this game would have been, up for anyone right there.
Yeah, no, it definitely, if they would have funneled those kills into the, spread out the love a little bit, share the gold, I think we definitely would have had at least a 30 or 40 minute banger. But still, nonetheless, we have to move forward to game number 2. The draft is up, and they should be starting momentarily here real quick. But just based off of game 1, doing that nice mental reset, just because game 1 wasn't exactly going the way that you needed, game number 2, you could definitely, pick back up where you left off. And we still have XRising starting off on blue side, and then I Dream of Memes going on to red side again. So same exact sides set up here. And hold on one moment while we do that. I got to just get the scores updated real quick for all of you folks at home. There we are. And let's get back to this. And blue side currently down 0-1 in the series, while red side or Team Green is up 1-0. Let's go ahead and pull that up. There we go. Bingo. So you guys have that visual prowess. Boom. Shout out to our host. Thank you.
It's an amazing job.
It's so difficult to focus on 2 things at once because I'm just like, and then it's like I'm still on camera.
Multitasking. Men,
yes.
We're not good at it.
It is quite a journey every single time. But hey, you know what? We're here. We're doing it. We're doing it live.
We're doing it live, boys. Love it.
But here we are. Draft number 2 is underway.
I will need that spec link. I was not quite in for the chat for that.
Okay. That is okay. Let's go ahead.
I was last picked at dodgeball. No one told me.
I don't worry. I will pick you up. You're on my team, 100%.
Oh.
And oh, come on! It just popped down.
That's a tax write-off right there. If I have to be on your team, you can put that on your 2022 tax reduction.
Excellent. Okay, you are hired, my friend. I'm not gonna argue with that logic at all.
Time with Gitano.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. We're going to break down the draft for you here. The first 3 bans coming in from XRising. So similar to last game, except now we added Nocturne. We have the Set in the Anivia ban, and now Nocturne third. And coming in from My Dream of Memes, we have the Vlad, Hecarim, and Xin Zhao ban. which is a little bit different. Instead of Zinzao, they had Yone last time. So that is a change there. And moving forward, there we are. We have, once again, Soviet picking up the Thresh. The hooks were a little bit questionable, and now we have Primus on his main support, which is Nautilus. So it is going to be Hook City down there on the bot lane. Fiddlesticks is going to be picked up for the jungle for I Dream of Memes, with Shyvana being the answer to that. Very nice. And then Irelia as well on XRising. So those are the first 3 picks. Pretty strong. I like the engage once again from the Irelia Shyvana. Thresh has that always great utility. He has the lantern to pull people in or out. He has the slows. He's got the flays. He's got the hooks. Bada boom. And, he just is just great overall. And the Nico pick, once again, from Team Green. So, mixing it up, we have some, similar picks. We see some new ones coming in. Just based off the first 3. Orianna ban coming right on out. They definitely do not want Ocapio to have that. That shockwave was on point last time, definitely. That was kind of a pain, for mid lane. Even though they were securing the kills, it was mainly the Ignite that was the difference there. If it wasn't for Ignite, those shockwaves would have negated a whole lot of that. And opted in for Yone one more time, and Cho'Gath in Vayne. So a lot of picks from last game being banned out right now. I think that's respectable. You know what I mean? I think that's very smart to do. Nocturne able to engage whenever they want. Vayne able to stay behind. Cho'Gath is just huge. So getting rid of those 3, they're very comfortable. They were a pain last time. Move them to something else this game. I like that strat. How do you feel about targeting specific, from last game going into the new game?
I think the bans right now are really, really well executed. You do, like you said, you see the same ones, the Set, the Anivia, the Hecarim, the Vlad, but they're also adapting that Nocturne, having that really strong early game, and the picks off, especially for mid, that kind of allowed 2 lanes to win heavily. Orianna, like you said, those shockwaves, it is very difficult to place your ball while you're getting ganked, predict that shockwave, where they're going to end up, and like you said, also the Ignite being that difference maker. But this is going to be, I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but Fight Club, as far as the eye can see right here, it is going to be a good old back and forth. I see the Circle of Death on Team of Memes right now, the Red Ring of Death Xbox over here. You get Fiddlesticks and Nico in the same one, and Nautilus just popping you up, and your dad's not going to buy you a new one. You're SOL at this point.
Good analogies, man.
I broke them.
Great
Don't question the method of the madness.
No, I love it. It's just
like
relatable.
The big bucks of nothing.
Everyone can relate. Wow. Okay.
If I don't see big brain hedge Raven, I'm going to be a little upset. This is all I want out of this game, is a giant hedge Raven running around.
Yeah, Draven is always a fun. That's my favorite one to go. I don't play Draven often, but when I do, I definitely go Draven. But here we go. The entire team comp right now coming in for XRising is going to be Thresh, Caitlyn in the bot lane, Victor in the mid, Irelia in the top side, and Shyvana in the jungle. And then coming in from Team Green, or I Dream of Memes, Fiddlesticks in the jungle, Nautilus and Draven on the bot side, Aatrox in the top, and Nico in the mid lane. So let me go ahead, get those predictions up and running so you all can spend those lovely channel points on who you think is going to win here. Here we are. Start prediction. Game number 2. XRising on blue side. Who do you think is going to win?
Don't ask me that. Why would you do that?
Why? We got it.
Last time, look what happened. I lost 500 points. I can't go back to my wife and kids that I don't have and tell them how I lost all the points gambling here. But what am I going to do? I'm going to do the exact same thing again. Throwing my points and caution to the wind. I'm going to be a broke, happy man right now.
He said, go back to the wife and kids that I don't have. I feel that.
I play League. There's no way I have a wife and kids.
Oh, that's so true. So true. I agree. I mean, whoever says that they have a wife and kids and plays League of Legends actively,
you paid them.
I'm gonna have to see the receipts.
It's an e-girl at your house.
Absolutely.
You see the receipts. Whoa, we do not prostitution. All right, and that is it for me. I'm gonna get banned here pretty soon.
Transition to the solo cast.
Yeah.
No, but we have 6.9 thousand channel points already being dropped in I Dream of Means. Prime is saying and going all in on himself. So 12,000 points. All right, I'm gonna put 100 in on the other one, just so that way I can have that.
I just put 500 points.
Let's
Please
go.
don't make me have to go back home and tell them what happened.
I mean, I just think I Dream of Memes comp is just a little bit more. How do I put this? Let me take a look at it one more time. Let me see what exactly that I want to say here. I Dream of Memes comp. Once again, Draven is just safe. He has Nautilus, he has Nico, the Fiddlesticks ulti. Oh,
Ooh,
someone messed up here.
You goofs. I'm pretty sure it was a miss ban. They banned.
They accidentally banned the Draven out. That's okay. They'll restart in just a moment. It's fine. I like Green Team's comp a little bit more. Draven's just able to do insane, stupid amounts of damage while just staying behind everyone else. Except instead of having a bunch of tanks, now it's Aatrox who just gains a bunch of lifesteal. Fiddlesticks who has the fear. Nico has the the AoE ulti as well. It's just he's able to just stay in the back and do what Dravens do best, and that's just throw axes and catch them. Meanwhile, on this side, Shyvana, Irelia have to hop in onto the back. Now, Caitlyn and Victor can still play behind the scenes, but Thresh, if he wants to be as effective as he can, is going to have to engage and get away from the Caitlyn. So Caitlyn just has a lot less protection, in my opinion, in this comp. So as long as she also tries to remain as far back as possible, they might be able to pull it off, but I'm going to go with green overall right now.
I will have to go with the opposite side of you. We got to keep this Christmas colors balanced and even.
I respect it. Balanced and even. That's how we do here at Team Gap. Balanced and even. Definitely.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
As all things should be. Christmas is coming early, boys. already coming in. I like this comp. Green and red. It's fun having. We should have orange and black. Halloween themed colors. I don't even think we have like an orange team in general, but we could change. Who knows?
We'll make one.
We'll make one. We'll make one. Whenever we do the caster team, that'll be Team Orange.
There we go. Oh my god. I don't think anything would get done on our side. We'd be too busy just making memes and yelling at each other to even do anything.
I'm not saying it'd be terrible, but I'm not saying that we're going to be great either. You know what I mean?
LCS, move over and make room for one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would be. I think it would be a fun time, definitely.
Calling out Faker 1v1 me.
Oh,
good god.
Yeah, Faker, if you're watching,
call out Michael Jordan in his prime.
Faker, if you're watching Team Gap stream right now, thank you for joining. 100%.
That's how we're gonna get the views. Faker will just jump in the stream and snipe us, and there we go. Now we have 4,000 people watching me and you.
Oh, excellent! I think I would just crap my pants. I'm not gonna lie. That would be kind of unreal. I would just be like, I forgot everything that ever goes on in this game now.
Big shout out to my mom. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, if Faker acknowledged my existence, I would just be like, that is unreal.
Oh. That's all I need. I can die happy. And we're back into the draft.
Yes, we are. Sorry, I'm being pulled in like 5 different directions right now. If anybody out there would like to be a host for Team Gap, please get in contact. Just click on our Discord link somewhere in the lower section below us and contact one of the admins, myself included. If you want to do any hosting, just let me know. And said betting solely on the AoE ultimates. EMP Dave is okay. I could agree with that. The Nico, the Fiddlesticks, Aatrox, everyone's able to do a lot of damage to a lot of people all at once. And he could be right. That's just why I also sided with Team Green. Just based off the comp itself, Nautilus has the potential to, CC quite a bit of people at once just with his passive. So it's looking like XRising really has to focus. They have a pick comp. They need to go ahead and pick out people into the side lanes and try to capitalize on that as much as possible. But outside of that, I don't see really good team fights. You think AP Shyvana? I'm assuming it's going to be AP Shyvana.
I'm guessing AP of Shyvana, yeah. This is my question for you.
Okay.
Let's say Aurelia gets ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You get first tower.
Okay.
For her. Aatrox now is at tier 2. Who are you sending up top? What dynamic would that change the game right there? If both bot lanes even, mid and jungle, let's say, are on neutral ground, and you have Aatrox kind of getting bullied out at this point, who are you sending up, and how will that change the game?
So Aatrox getting bullied out by Aurelia in the top side. Who I would want to match that? If Victor has the capabilities of being able to at least keep the damage output. No, I would just keep Aurelia. I would just keep her up there and just keep on smashing his face in as much as possible. Like, his engage and just being able to break out and become somewhat relevant. If Aurelia is just maintaining and like absolutely devastating this Aatrox, like you said, getting bullied out of lane, losing CS, he's 0-3. Like, there's just nothing that he can do against Aurelia. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, in my opinion. So if it's just like...
I meant for, like, who are you sending on the opposite side team
Oh!
for Green to go up there to help with it, and how would that change the dynamics?
This whole comp, there is no one you can send. I mean, you might be able to do Nautilus Aatrox in the top side, and then Draven can just kind of play, if he can play safe by himself, or even like a trio effect, like just go ahead and Fiddlesticks, Nautilus, and Aatrox topside to try to answer that shutter down, funnel some of that gold on over to the Aatrox as much as possible, or even Fiddlesticks, because it's not like an Amumu, where getting a bunch of kills would actually help at some point. Amumu does do damage, but Fiddlesticks does even more. Draven, he has the capabilities of being able to go against a Thresh and a Caitlyn, as long as he's able to keep on catching his axes, if he uses his W properly, he has a lot of capabilities. It's just going to be up to Fizz, which I think he is more than capable of being able to perform well on Draven, just based off of what we've seen in the league so far from him. But who would you want to send if you had to answer this overly fed Irelia, and Aatrox just can't cut it?
I think, like you said, Nautilus, because it'll prepare the CC. It'll definitely be the most tank person up there to help that, but that would be a win condition I'd be looking at right now if I was XRising, is get that Aurelia nice and fed early, for someone to go up there and then take that pressure and send it somewhere else and get those advantages. Just because, let's say we do 1-3-1 right now, who's going to answer on each side? Who's going to take that responsibility? You break this team individually. Yes, there's massive AoE damage, but I also see a lot of squishy things where you have to land it or you're not going to be in front of it.
Absolutely.
Caitlyn traps a nice little lineup in front of that. The only thing that I'm really worried about is vision. Fiddlesticks gets over a nice wall, splits your team in half.
Oof.
And the team fight's really going to be hurt throughout the entire battle.
Absolutely. No, that great point. I remember it, like, obviously everyone knows what Fiddle does, but you just don't realize how effective his ultimates can really be. Just like Malphite. Like, you really underestimate those Fog of War ultis, where it's just like, where did you come from? And scares the absolute crap out of you. Crows are flying everywhere. Your health is depleting like 40% every second. It just sucks overall. You're gonna have a bad time. And yeah, that great point. And, and I think Arsenic is... Fiddlesticks is able to clear wards quite easily. He's just one of those jungles that just does a great job of being able to catch things out. He has the scarecrows, everything along those lines that he possesses. But overall, last game, I wasn't paying too much attention to the vision score, but Primus, every single time that I looked at him, was getting some deep vision into the river or clearing out vision from the tri-bush, clearing out vision from the main river bush as well. So I think Primus is going to do a fairly decent job in terms of warding, and I know for a fact Soviet is a ward fiend. That is one of his main proponents. He takes a lot of pride in getting, that getting that top vision score, clearing a bunch of things. He is very focused on that, and I just think he was not able to get his his ADC to Ash fed as much as possible. Not through his fault, but just the fact that Amumu doing the AoE damage that Amumu does was just taking all those kills, unfortunately. But Caitlyn is really safe, just like Ashe is. Getting that extra range, having the capabilities, being able to net out of situations. So it's I think this is going to go a lot more smoothly for them in the bot lane. Definitely this game.
I did get a look at that vision score. Support's definitely upwards in the 40s. I think somebody was in the 60s. I can't remember which one it was. But across the board, it was, that high teens, low 20s for the rest of the group, as it should be. And that's a really nice component to see because, vision ultimately is the game, the name of the game. If you can, know where your opponent is, get those picks out clear early, pick the fights and set the pace that you want to, your experience of League of Legends, not just like in this team gap, but solo queue, team flex, whatever you're doing is going to help so much. And that's why support really is a main key essential part, whether it's like a lineman for a football game. Yes, you don't get the touchdowns, you don't get, the mad tackles, but you essentially are that corner piece that whether, if you perform well, your team will, project way higher than, if you just minorly go about doing what you can do rather than what you want to do. And it hurts so much more.
Yeah, no, very, very true. And game number 2, though, is going to be starting here momentarily. Once again, in this best of 3 series, so far, I Dream of Memes, or Team Green, is up 1-0 right now. And XRising ESports Team Red is falling slightly behind. But do not worry. I believe in that mental reset 100%. We've seen it time and time again. And I believe in a game 3. If you check any of their cash apps on Team Green, I did not pay them to throw. I'm just letting that be known now. Just thank you. Primus's Nautilus, it's kind of like a hit or miss sometimes. It's his best one, but there was, I think, week 2 where he kind of faltered a little bit. And every single time that he engaged, he was just dying over and over and over again. So I think Soviet's, definitely expecting the Nautilus play. So let's just see how he reacts to the hooks and if they're able to stick around. But let's go ahead. Game number 2 is underway. Let's see if they go with the invade again. I know that they were just kind of doing the counter, but let's see. They have really good engages on both sides. They have a Nautilus, they have a Thrush. Yes, they are. Excellent. So same setup. Aatrox and Irelia both going to top side. Both are going to go ahead and... Oh, actually, no. They are...
You might get some cheese here. Oh, it's going to happen.
God.
Nautilus lead
go.
up front.
Let's go.
Thresh is up there. Well, they have no idea. And it looks like the Nautilus will take the blunt of it right now. Little AoE damage. And Fiddlesticks punching down a whole bunch. Nico getting that kill with the Ignite. Wow. That was a hard turn right there. Nautilus is taking the brunt of it. But I want to say like 2 or 3 seconds in, just a clear cut. Let's pick one target. And let's smash them.
Why did they wait so long to attack? Nautilus was in the bush and they still weren't hitting him at all. For at least half a second. If I was Soviet there, I would have thrown that hook so long ago and literally nobody was autoing. Caitlyn was in the bush, so every third attack would have been an automatic headshot. They had that. And then they all just left. Just boop. Immediately. WWG had to flash, still died to the Nico Ignite. Or no, not even, they didn't even ignite. Primus did, but Nico didn't. It was just last hitted by Nico. Yeah. But, oh, goodness, that's okay.
Yeah, the Ignite level 1, just OP.
Yeah, that's kind of insane. Not what I expected, to be honest. I thought that they were going to have that with that Thrush hook. And, ooh, Techie. Tetchy Tets. I don't... Never mind. I think I just got it. Oh, God damn it. Oh.
Just fine here.
I'm just going to call him Techie. I like Techie better.
We'll get corrected after the stream, I'm sure.
Yeah, we don't know. But Caitlyn doing a great job of poking down Primus. I mean, really capitalizing. Nice hook landing
coming out on Nautilus. Flash coming out and Draven. little bit of a solo right there. Not a lot of minions to tank, so Thresh, good job stepping up there. Couple more hits here, and the long range Nautilus comes out with a poke. There's a heal coming out. Some trades back and forth here. We have a very low bot lane on both sides, and junglers nowhere to be seen, so they can continue. Aatrox
Oh.
trying to find a little bit here, but unfortunately they're going to back out. Hate to cut you off one more time, but
No.
had to do it.
That is exactly what you were there for. Cut me off all day. That is all right. But I really like how Draven was literally like he had a vast majority. And sorry, Techie, going in and picking up a solo kill there on Aatrox. Every time I even try to speak, they're like, you know what? Shut up. We're gonna fight.
Shut up. We're gonna hold my beer and watch this shit.
So
coming up Nautilus, I'm just gonna do color and the commentary. Why not? Because this is how it's gonna go. Now I interrupt you. You're gonna sit there and nod and smile.
I mean, they're doing well. I'm not arguing that. It's just like, but let me get something in. But no, Fizz Everywhere is doing a very fantastic job catching a majority of these axes. Let's take a look and see how many stacks he has. 63 so far is what he's up to. So he's doing a fantastic job right now on just catching these and engaging, like just shuffling both of them. I think he only has one going for the time being. That he had two. But 26 farm to 17. He has an assist as well. Primus, barely missing the hook. But Primus is doing a great job just zoning and setting up Draven. And Draven's just doing what Draven does. Sitting in the back, throwing axes, baby. Soviet kind of getting poked on a little bit, or being a little bit more active this time with the range advantage that he possesses. So I do definitely like to see that.
Nautilus just looking to go down, does hit back on Caitlyn. Ignite going down, but Kate with the range. Nice exhaust coming down from Snipes right there, just taking Draven out of the equation. Nice trade back happening.
And the flash being burned by Fizzed Everywhere trying to secure that kill onto Caitlyn. Both flashes from both ADCs were utilized there. Like you said, great exhaust coming in from Soviet, though, onto Fizzed. Primus doing what he could. I thought he was going to be able to go ahead and secure that kill. Oh, my God.
Oof.
Almost.
Start using those stacks to heal Caitlyn, please. She is not going to last long.
Yeah, he is kidding kind of low there. Caitlyn hanging on by just a thread, but hey, that's all right. No death means no worries, especially when you're going up against a Draven. So, there is quite a bit of a farm difference though between the two, but only about 100 gold lead difference between them because Caitlyn was able to pick up that kill there on Primus. So, like I said, Primus, he's landing these hooks. It's just, he's not as tanky as he needs to be right now, And how do you feel about like going the Relic Shield versus like Steel Home Guards or whatever it's called, the AD version of the support item? Like, what would you prefer?
For Thresh, it's kind of minuscule between both. Yes, you get a little bit more AP of your abilities, but eventually, it's like I said, it's a little bit of a change back and forth. But it also depends on your playstyle. Are you landing those offensive abilities? Are you using, your E for more of a poke than you want more of that AD? Your souls are going to be adding up as well. So it's definitely up to the matchup of how you're playing. Looking at this, it's working out for sure. Mm-hmm. Especially with the boots too, picked up by Caitlyn here. That's just a little bit more range and the there's a flash. Flay on Thresh. Shyvana hitting the target right now. Caitlyn safely over the side, trying to hit the trap. Unfortunately, not going to happen. A little bit more poke out. Nautilus trying to come around and hold up the team. Nico ult coming in, hitting that Thresh right on the outside. Kill picked up, and Nautilus will be going down. Shyvana also going down at the back end. We've seen this once again where health bars are digging low. Draven, the only one that is healthy. A little bit of poke coming out here. From Victor, and unfortunately no ult, but enough to push the wave here and freeze it. They might be looking to dive. Right now they are committing. They do have to worry. Nautilus is coming back, and this is something you have to either fully commit to or get out of.
I mean, they're doing a great job zoning out, Nautilus and Draven from being able to really connect there. Stopping the wave from being able to continue as well. So you have that forced freeze right in the middle there. Draven doing a good job just staying away from the tower at least, but he was able to get that solo experience, and now he is level 6. So picking up a few more, minion kills there to extend his farm lead a little bit. 0-2 for the Draven, while 101 on Kate. I believe he was able to secure a lot of that gold. Nope, still has 152 so far sitting there for his adoration. So, definitely working on it. But he just needs to secure one of those kills, and then he will be living up the dream right now. So, a little bit of patience. Throughout his ultimate, though, to check on the dragon. Unfortunately, nobody is there. He's going to start it automatically for them, though. Getting a nice little aggro on the Soviet there, and they're just looking to clear out vision. Very nice, but nice electrocute coming in and poking down WG before this dragon fight. It is the first dragon of the game. It is a mountain dragon once again. No, that was second last time. My apologies. Capio doesn't have any mana, so he's going to be kind of useless for this dragon fight. Let's see how they would do this. I mean, they don't really have priority. Oh, Primus overstepping.
I think this is a good time to just leave it right now.
Yeah.
They cleared a bunch of wards, but like you said, Victor just not having quite amount of mana. Yes, top side you do have that lead, but you also don't want to give that up. Nice ult coming in. Aatrox trying to burst his ult and try to get out, but it will not happen as Aurelia picking up the kill.
It's like you predicted the future. You said, what if this Aurelia just gets really fed, out-farms the... Oh, hold on. Out-farms it and steals the blue. So unfortunate. Oh, poor Arsenic. Out-farms the Aatrox, outperforms, goes 3-0. Who would you want to send? It's like you knew this was going to happen. And let's just see, though, if Green is able to, properly rotate, and send Nautilus up there. Once again, I think our Fizzed Everywhere has the capabilities of being able to, he's in a comfortable enough position right now. Caitlyn went and bought Berserker's Greaves off rip, 1,100 gold dedicated, no AD at all.
Nope, and that's something, unfortunately, I have to say right now, it's working out for her right now. Oh, and pullback for Aurelia and Aatrox going at it right now. I am surprised Aurelia is lasting that long. A nice shutdown gold going over to the Aatrox. Has not bought, was sitting on, I want to say, at least 2k gold right there. Oof. Coming back. So a nice swing back that way. Going back to the boots, though, she does pick that up now.
Okay.
The quiver being able to help a little bit, but the fact that she was able to stay out of range from Draven, able to help out, keep farming, she did not get penalized for that. So in that aspect, is a risk and reward, and I feel like it paid off for her.
No, good point. I just, being able to at least upkeep, especially with the Draven, in terms of damage, as time goes forward, Primus is just getting, a little bit more tankier. He just only has a Kindle gem right now at the moment, but, he is going to go ahead and pick up some armor here soon. She does have the Noon Quiver, and steps up a little bit too close, so that little advantage that she has. Oh, the flash. Oh.
Step aside, just being able to set that up there. Nautilus going all the way in, popping that, and Fiddlesticks on the opposite side being traded there. Thresh, good roaming job, but unfortunately leaving that Caitlyn, and Caitlyn staying there just a little too long. Nico, the next target, will be looked at. A nice hit right there. That's the only disadvantage of having that huge AP burst right there, is just the squishiness. She also does have a Zeal right now, something to look at. The Dark Seal, sorry, said Zeal, and hopefully something comes of it here. Otherwise, I hate to see the Seal be bought, and then it's 10-15 minutes in, and you're at 4 or 5 stacks where that could have been a major part, or you could have bought something on top of it.
No, good point, absolutely, and I really like right now XRising's focus jungle wise. They secured the early Mountain Drake. They got the Rift Herald. They were able to go ahead and pick up the first tower in the top side with it. So they're looking a lot better than they were last game, at least jungle objective-wise. Irelia, we saw this last time with the Renekton. He was 3-0 at one point, but the rest of his team was really lackluster and was not able to capitalize. We definitely see a huge difference now. We at least have a kill on the ADC. That's fantastic. That's already infinitely leagues ahead of where we were last game. The 0-2 Victor, you could see the difference in the champion pool, targeting out that Nocturne, which I think was a very big proponent of Green's comp, especially last game, for setting up these fights and or at least getting these picks to have these fights go heavily in their favor. And Shyvana might be making her way down to the bot lane here. Okay, very nice. And I see what you mean about the early attack speed, the movement speed with the Caitlyn staying away from Draven early. That's essentially what you want, definitely. So I take back my comment on the Berserker Creeps.
And, it could also have been a thing, too, where there would have been that fight where you saw that last game where the Ashe, if it just would have been, 10 more damage, you could have got the kill.
Ooh.
Fight coming out here, Aurelia looking for that Nico threshold coming out, not quite being able to get the damage. TP from Aatrox, and we are looking at a wombo combo of fighting right now. We got 2 down, 3. A 3-for-1 right now, and that will be a very good trade. Caitlyn right now just needs to stay safe, get down there, and let the rest of her team do what they need to. This AP Shyvana really starting to hurt, and she's only going to get more and more. Nautilus trying to get something a little bit back, but unfortunately won't be happening. And like you touched on before, that vision is so much better this game for Rising. You do see, I saw 3 pinks for that top side Rylionn, really allowing her to abuse that advantage that she has. And now, like we just saw, she went mid lane, got that kill, 3-for-1. It's only going to get worse and worse. So as long as that bot lane you can stall out enough, your mid lane's going to start rotating over. Victor's starting to get fed. It's just going to be a snowball effect, but you have to start that somewhere. And it looks like Dragon right now.
Oh yeah, that's just, they have no vision at all from XRising. That was a definitely very good call from I Dream of Memes or Team Green to secure that. Draven, even though he's not getting any kills, he's still doing a very, very good job. He has 3 assists, he has 130 farm. Caitlyn was able to use the ace in the hole to secure the kill on Boxen of Kittens there last time. I don't know if you saw that. She just walked up, ulted, bounced right back to bot lane to stop Draven from getting the tower at least. But things are going very well. Great job also from Sylvia with these roams so far. Irelia also landing the invisible stun onto the Nico. She used her clone to try to divert the Thresh or Soviet, and she just threw out that stun there, and Capio having a little bit of technical difficulties, so they're going to do a slight pause here momentarily. But that was just a really good pick, which then allowed everybody else to follow up, and as you saw there, have Aatrox come in and unfortunately get picked off as well. Just came in a moment too late, and this is the back and forth that we started with last game, but XRising kind of faltered. Now they're the ones that are ahead. A lot of people are getting kills on their team, and now their ADC is the one that's lacking thereof on the other side. So I'm liking the change of pace. Like we said, mental reset is probably the biggest thing, especially within Team Gap. It's just just because you lose game number 1 does not mean anything going into game number 2, and I think that's the biggest takeaway from a lot of these games in general. It's just got to stick through the bad times as well. We're a team, and we're here, and going into game number 2 will be completely different, just like we see here. And
so this is going to be the interesting part now of how far does Aurelia push and who they send.
She's limit testing right now.
There was 3 people up there just waiting for her, but very patiently waiting in that bush. And this is where the rotations have to come out, the call-outs, pushing your advantages while you can. Caitlyn very good for the range to stay safe and go back. Shyvana ult going through right now, and Fiddlesticks ult jumping as soon as that hit. The Shyvana ult just wrecking Fiddlesticks, and Aurelia getting away with a sliver of health as she does. Nautilus trying to come up there. Roamed around. You see the Draven still at the bot side, 20 CS difference. Unfortunately, it's not the end of the world. Thresh getting a little bit of taken out, but this is going to be a very, very difficult situation where they have to pick who's going to be up there. Because at this point, if they're going to send resources up, and then you see, WWG match that as well, you just saw what happened right there. Aurelia with no health, Shyvana burst, Aurelia burst. The synergy right there between those two are doing really, really well. And I want to see that transform to the rest of the team now and have those great team fights where you get that ace, you get that counter, you can start to push Baron. You got second dragon, you start putting that, neck down, your foot on their neck per se.
Right. And it looks like Draven, though, getting a little bit overzealous, does pick up the kill, though, on Birds Are Spies, and Techie's going to go ahead and pick up that easy kill onto Draven. And also, that the Triumph is really the saving grace of Irelia in that top side. Great flash from WWG, to secure the AoE hit on both Fiddle and Aatrox there that brought Arsenic down just low enough to allow the Q reset off Irelia, which gave her the first Triumph stack to help secure the kill against Windward Ocean there. So
Shyvana going in and just mutilating Aatrox. This is why AP Shyvana is just ridiculous at this point. She can 1v1 clearly anything who she wants, and if there's a team fight where you are in those pinch corners of the jungle, your whole team will feel it.
Absolutely. And the Real Deal stating that the Discord link doesn't work at the moment. I apologize, my friend. I will definitely get that looked at in just a moment here. If any one of our mods has a Discord link, if you could please drop it for our friend, the Real Deal 369, that would be greatly appreciated. But if not, Real Deal, I'll go ahead and I will drop it here very soon, my friend. I apologize. But very nice from WG, also securing the second Rift Herald of the game here. So once again, just doing a great job comparative to last game, capturing a lot of these jungle objectives. They're even in Dragons. I believe that's 2 Rift Heralds. The gold lead is definitely in favor of Team XRising ESports right now. 33 to 29, so about almost 4K gold lead between the two teams here, and 12 to 7. Obviously, they're doing a much better job in communication, rotations, coming out here. 0-1-6 on Soviet, like 50% kill participation, and only 2 deaths coming in from Birds or Spies. So that's not bad, especially against a Draven Nautilus like that. They're doing absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, Dragon coming up now will be the point of focus. It'll be interesting to see who's going to get targeted, the vision that's going to come out, and then, where exactly the priorities are going to come out. Obviously, Shyvana, able to do mass amounts of damage. Aurelia is going to be going on the backside, and, really going to hurt. So at what point do you take the fight? Do you leave it? How do you set this up?
What?
Fat-fingered, I'm guessing Nautilus stepping up just a little too far. Unfortunately not. Shyvana on that back line, crushing it. There is a great Fiddlesticks ult, and a little bit of a pinch zone that you don't want to see. Caitlyn on the backside, trying to get out of this. Draven and Aatrox will try to get back. Flash is available. She will hit that. Hit the blast plant, but there's still HUDs coming out for her, and not even yet does she feel safe. It was a great Nautilus catch out, but then the return of that pinch point, that AoE red ring of death coming out between the Fiddlesticks and Nico just instantly bursted, 3 people down.
That was it. Once again, great start for XRising Esports there. It was just the tight, close area that allowed Fiddlesticks to literally land a full maximum ulti on all members, as you saw there. 4 of them taken out practically instantly. And then with Boxing of Kittens also following up with her ulti. This is the AoE ulti combo that they are very much needing to take here. They secured the dragon, yes, so great job from XRising for doing that. But they gave out 2 very big shutdowns, Irelia and Shyvana, both going to, I believe it was Fiddlesticks there, if I'm not mistaken. Fiddlesticks, yep, for a triple kill. Yep, first shutdown, yeah, and the other one did not. Ooh, Soviet almost hitting that hook, but Primus just getting out. Pinging for the Baron, but I don't know if they're able to secure it this early. Just because, once again, Fiddlesticks ulti, relatively short cooldown now. He's level 12. He has that level 2 ultimate, point in there. So you need to secure at the fact that either A, he's on the bot side of the jungle, bot side of the map, in that you can capitalize on it if you have the damage, which I don't think that they do right now. Or you just got to take him out and then focus jungle objectives outside of that, because as we clearly saw there, he just got a triple kill, and he just now has a Zhonya's and the Proto Belt. It's just going to get infinitely worse from this point forward with Fiddlesticks there. I really cannot hop onto the back line at all with him doing that.
So what happened there is the vision. They had a nice pink in that bush, and there was no, chance for their team to see what was going on. And clearly, it happened in a big way where that was a majority of a turn. A little bit of low health bars, Draven flashing over, and Fiddlesticks once again trying to head over that wall. Nautilus trying to find someone, and will not, unfortunately. Shabata going into the back line, ulting. Draven going super low here, still looking for him. That's a nice shutdown, but the back line on the other side there, dive on dive on dive. Nico trying to get Caitlyn. Unfortunately, not able to, really trying to stay away there.
Let's go!
Nice cleanup right now. A full return, almost ace there. Fiddlesticks looking around, trying to find something, but unfortunately not. This could be a barren opportunity if they are looking at it.
They better be looking at it.
I think I'd go for it. They should. They have definite time. That's a good, 20 seconds, I'd say.
Yeah, there
where
we go.
they can knock it down. Aurelia with the beat. The Blade of the Rune King definitely able to chop that down, and Caitlyn just, for the strict damage. Shyvana, the AP ratio. There's really good team fights back and forth, and I love to see each one catching the other one off foot. How can we get back into this? What fights are we taking? I could watch these games all day.
Absolutely, and I mean that was just fantastic overall coming in from XRising. I like the look that Arsenic tried to do, with that sneaky Fog of War Fiddlesticks ulti, but right as soon as he got flayed away and his ulti was just essentially just ineffective altogether, you cannot fight from that point forward. You cannot. That is what your whole comp is based around right there. If you do not get that initial Fiddlesticks ulti burst, the rest of your team cannot follow up. As you clearly saw there, Techie and WG go straight to your backline. Shyvana just absolutely devastated Draven there. She got a double kill, actually. First focus was on Primus. Look at that. Hops right over the tower. Primus has to flash away. She does so much damage. And then Irelia also has to follow up. She could just pop, hop onto the back right. Nothing is going on. She is insanely strong. 7, 3, and 5. That was very well communicated and executed by XRising Esports, just baiting out, not knowingly baiting out the Fiddlesticks ultimate, even though he does have it available right now. They have to be careful. It's just great job turnaround and capitalizing on the mistakes that I Dream of Memes had done there.
Really nice plays of the Caitlyn traps as well as the Victor zone right there. It just, you can come over, but guess what? You're not going to come out. Can you survive the first 5 seconds of this fight?
Yep.
If the answer is yes, your chances improve 90% right there.
Absolutely.
That Thresh flay just across, like you said, stop that Fiddlesticks in its tracks, and that's what you have to do. So if I'm Thresh right now, I'm thinking reactive. That's all I have to do. Keep my Caitlyn alive, get them off that back line, and guess what? My divers, the Shyvana, the Aurelia, they'll do their job. We just have to survive. We don't have to get the kills.
Absolutely. And this is a debated topic amongst bot laners. You're an ADC, I believe, correct?
Yes.
How do you feel about the Stormrazor's Edge on Caitlyn's second item?
Definitely situational. Right now gives you a little bit of that burst, but looking at that other team, I'd rather have survivability or something that, gives me a little bit more range. The cannon, I can't remember the
rapid fire cannon?
Yes. Something like that to give you a little bit more safety from everyone right there. Not saying that it's a bad pickup. It looks like maybe an IE coming up next out of Caitlyn, but just keeping yourself safe, because at this point you are not, you're not dealing out the most damage. Your ideal is to survive, and Victor getting caught out here. Nice hook ultimate coming about, and just a little too far up, pushing without any vision or not vision, but the pressure on any side of the team.
Yep.
Aurelia looking on the sides here, seeing if she can do something. Nice catch out, has to flash away. Nautilus still in that pursuit with those Moby boots. There's not a good chance to run away from him. So that is definitely a good buy on him to track everyone down.
Absolutely. And I was waiting. I was waiting to see it, but hold on one second here. Lots of action.
Oh, Shyvana just jumping in and just destroying Draven, but Draven, a nice job peeling back. Unfortunately, just can't do it with that step aside. TP coming in. You cannot cancel now. Trying to get that Aurelia out, and will not happen. Caitlyn doing a really good job of just, popping the autos of where she can, but unfortunately can't get away. This team is doing really, really well of hopping on you and just not letting you off. The range, the engage, they have a little bit of everything. Fiddlesticks charging ult overwards, but unfortunately not finding anyone really being able to hop away, dashing back and forth, taking some tower shots here, but still ending up really, really nicely on that back line, and Caitlyn Thresh just taking that tower where they can.
I love everything that's going on right now. Like, there are so many great things. The Zhonya outplay by Shyvana, so close. Windward was just less than like 400 health points from just killing the Shyvana, which would have been much needed. But I love the follow-up coming in from Techie on to Windward there. And onto Primus and to Fizzed everywhere, and then the focus then going to Windward afterwards. Like, it was just such an outplay. Great job from XRising Esports capitalizing on that, and, they have 3 dragons so far. The 4th one should be up here in a minute. Baron's going to be up in a minute as well. They were able to go ahead and push out all the tier 2 towers in every single lane pretty much simultaneously. So they're ahead 6-1 to that, and about a 9k goal lead as well, going on over to XRising Esports, Team Blue, or Blue side, their Team Red inside the league. But yeah, absolutely. They are just killing it in game number 2 here. And it's not that I Dream of Memes is doing bad. It's just the fact that they unfortunately don't have the damage with the follow-up. And that Arsenic, like, every single time that he's engaging now, they're just able to disperse so quickly. It's like they know that they're there before he even knows. There's definitely no vision, but look at these wombos. Oh.
Wow. Shyvana and Aurelia just wombo comboing again, being that nice team right there. Flash head used by Philsix. Shyvana with that... with that AP ratio, just devastating everyone in her wake right now. Fiddlesticks, just getting demolished. If your win condition are those pinch points, we've seen it, that they can definitely take out a full team within a 5-second, interval. But you have to be able to set yourself up. You have to be able to be there first at Dragon to make them come to you. But right now, XRising is just doing such a good job of, choosing when they want to fight, choosing who they want to take down, and Draven just about stealing that, and that is Cloud Soul going over right now. On the opposite side there, Baron being taken, and there is no opposition right there. This is just about as bad as it gets.
I love this. I love this so much. Like, 100% different gameplay than game number 1, definitely. And it could not be going any better right now for XRising. The wombo, like you just stated, from WWG and Techie at the same time, like, their synergy is perfect. I believe that we saw the Aurelia ban come out in game number 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And Shyvana as well was also banned out game number 1 from I Dream of Memes?
Cannot confirm, but
okay.
I'll say yes, and I'll eat my words later.
Okay, so if not, I definitely see this being a future ban, 100%. Into game number 3, which looks like we might be having here. I can't say indefinitely, but there's a practically about a 12k goal difference right now between the two teams. Irelia, half an item away from getting full build. Caitlyn already has an IE Storm Razor. Like, she's just going straight damage. She's not even doing RFC at all. Shyvana's 8, 3, and 9. Like, 16 assists. Who are you giving MVP to as of right now?
As of right now, I have to go I have to go with Techie. Just because you applied that pressure, you allowed your team, to get those counters. Shyvana was able to free farm that crucial 15 minutes to get yourself in that position so you can carry late game as it is. But as you also talked about the Thresh, the score right now, 94 for a vision. You are setting your team up for success. There's,
94.
almost at 100, and we're not even in 35 minutes right now. Like at a 30-minute mark, having 50 to 70 is great. Having 100, it's ridiculous. This is something, that other teams need to look at and say, all right, how can we either stop it or how can we be like this? This is just, a boa constrictor, just slightly, crushing and crushing and crushing. Every time you take a breath, it's getting in a little bit closer. So now you really have to be picky and choosy. Who do we go in? Especially with this AoE team, there's not a lot of stuff to hide behind. You used to have your Raptors, your Wraiths, all those forts, those corners. Right now, you have nothing to hide, and so you have to find a knowledge hook on a priority, whether that be Caitlyn, Shyvana, something that can hold them in place. But as you've seen, as soon as you hold one person, the rest of the team is so fed that they're able to counter just enough, and especially with two Zonyas coming out, a GA, Caitlyn range, and if you unfortunately look at the Thresh, you're not going to get much out of it. Shyvana going over right now, trying to burst out that Nautilus will not be quite. Oh, but the Nico on the other side and the Nautilus, both of them get dumped on, and here is Aurelia looking for him as well. Fear comes out, tanking a whole bunch right now, still has a GA to burn, but does not need to, and that is an ace now for the other side, and I am tickled pink for game 3.
Let's go! This is unreal. Great job. Absolutely fantastic from beginning to end on game number 2 here for the side of XRising. Like, genuinely could not be any more enthralled than I am with both of these teams. Like, they did an absolutely fantastic job, but game number 2 definitely going into favor of XRising. As you guys saw, they are the victors, and let's go ahead and drop them points off as well. Choose prediction, and
go back to my measure.
Let's go.
Bread for the next week.
I won't be able to feed them. That was such a great game. Such a great game number 2. Absolutely ecstatic right there. And I mean, just the focus coming in, like you said, MVP wise for me, you said it was Techie. I'm going to agree with you. Techie all the way. Definitely, like you said, was just able to effectively just stay in his lane without, feeding. Obviously, he was 3-0 at one point. Had to pull resources from other members, so that way Fiddlesticks had to kind of go towards top. It got a little bit shaky there in the middle of it, when they were able to get that effective first team fight. But, after that, they learned, okay, we have to be very wary. And actually, I don't know. Now that you mentioned that Sylvia had like 97 vision score at the end of that game, like the highest person on the other team, I think, had 55. He had almost double every single person on that team. Almost every single one of them. And that you cannot beat that. He set them up for success without having to directly get assists in a part of that. 100 vision score. He knew where every person was at every point in time. MVP personally is actually going to have to go to Soviet. That was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
On the flip side, AD carry for there's Draven. Draven did a really good job of catching those people out, using that stand aside, positioning himself, because you do not have the escape you do have with an Ezreal or, a Zyra, anything like that. He did a really good job of keeping where he could, but unfortunately, there was just too much dive to get to him, so he could not stay. I think if that game would have had a slower pace, Draven could have taken over, but as you saw, he had 300 stacks, I believe, of Adoration before he cashed in, and once he cashed in, you already saw that top lane being snowballed. And then, as I said earlier, once that Aurelia got too far in, you start sending people up, you start sending the resources, and then all of a sudden your other lanes are feeling that because you have to step them up. So hopefully this game, I'm sure bans are going to come out. Aurelia, Shyvana, Nocturne, Vayne, and it's going to, we'll see what happens here.
Okay. No, I agree. And I can't wait. I cannot wait to see what they ban out. Like the Nocturne game number 1, I see Irelia getting banned out game number 2. Like they're definitely just targeted bannings as the games go forward. So I don't really know how much preparation goes into each team. If they even look at draft, or if they just at the time it's like, okay, let me pull up the op.gg, see what they played recently. They played this person. Let's go ahead and ban this person out so they're not comfortable. I know that's how it goes sometimes. Hold on, let me just verify something real quick. But being able to do a little bit more in-depth research, look at previous games, knowing that Primus, like Nautilus, for example, is just like legendary, but also knowing that like Soviet's Thresh is also legendary. He is just a sleeper because he hasn't played in any of the leagues in a very long time. So, and I'm not sure entire what his gameplay has been recently. I know he's been playing a lot of different games like WoW and things like that. So Soviet's just one of those, like, he just wakes up and just chooses violence that day when he plays League of Legends. He can go like 3 months without playing, and he's still an ultra effective support, as you can clearly tell. 100 vision score at like the 30-minute mark. Disgusting, absolutely disgusting. But great job. I'm happy to get a game number 3. Definitely, be able to cast that with you. I'm looking forward to it. And if we have any of the same champions from last game, we're gonna be in for a treat. Game number 3. That is definitely for certain.
I will shave my beard and have the biggest dad mustache you've ever seen.
Don't you dare.
3 champions are left on the board. If I see Shyvana, Aurelia, Nocturne, Vayne, if I even see 2 of those, you're going to see the best dad mustache ever.
Right. Okay. All right. I'll take it. And I'm not shaving my beard. I'm sorry, y'all. That's not happening.
Not. That is a glorious piece right there that should be encased and mantled and put on the highest shelf.
Oh, why? I was like, why did they start the match? No, they're starting draft. Okay, they confused me. I was like, did we miss the entire drafting process? No, they didn't. Yeah. They shouldn't have started that. That's okay. But they are beginning the draft now as we speak. Still, XRising is going to be on blue side for game number 3, and I Dream of Memes is going to be on red side. But I think they might have to. Yeah, it was like
coming out.
Let me see if they're gonna restart here.
Oh, somebody left the lot. That they might be having some technical difficulties.
Yep, no worries at all. Well, in the meantime, let me get a drink of our not sponsor, Coca-Cola. But hey, we want to be sponsored.
We said water. Oh man, we had this water.
No, water is our sponsor. Just water in general.
Oh, you were hoping. Okay, I see.
Yeah, I said we're not sponsored by Coca-Cola, but we want to be.
Let me. First band set is on the other side.
Oh, okay. So they're continuing with the draft itself. Gotcha. Okay, so I saw the Vlad, I saw the Anivia. All right, bet. We're all on the same page now. So they're still sticking with a lot of the similar bands from last time. Anivia's holding true, Vlad holding true. The set's still coming out as well. So there we go. Okay, so Irelia definitely being taken out round number 2 here. So they gave up either the Zinzao or the Hecarim. So these could be comfort picks, though, coming in from XRising that they're not going to see, because I believe in game number 1 we saw the same 3 bands. It was a Yone instead of the Zinzao, and then Hecarim, I believe. Yone was banned in the second round last time. So he was still banned out, but he wasn't that first initial 3. And they're going to respect the Nocturne from game number 1 and take that out here from green. And let's see what they're going to start off with.
What are they going to ban? Is it going to be Shyvana? They're going to go for Hecarim.
Viego.
What point? Viego. Really off board. Let's see what they pick here.
Maybe they're wanting them to pick the Shyvana again, because now that they're expecting, the gameplay style. Because, I remember when we versed... I believe it was Team Black against their Irelia. They stomped us game number 1. And then game number 2 and 3, they kept picking Irelia the entire time. And even the casters were just like, they need to ban this out. And it was just like, no, I'm not going to allow that to happen. We can work around to game number 2 and 3 now that we know how they play. And, ended up working out. And, instead of banning out the Hecarim this time, they're actually going to pick it up. And
Pony boy.
Soviet going with that Thresh Comfort pick, level 1, or, first pick. Obviously, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? He did a phenomenal job. The Leona pick, again, coming in from Primus. So they're going to go with that round 1 matchup that they did, for game number 1 here. Poppy top or jungle, do you think?
Jungle. It's a good flex right now because it can go either way. Poppy just got a little bit of a buff, I believe, reading the patch. It wasn't anything, stupendous, but it was definitely something great, especially into this team comp already. You kick out the Hecarim, you kick out the Leona.
Absolutely.
If there's any more of that dash in, you can kick those people out. A nice Caitlyn pick coming up. I do like this pick too. Leona comes in, you put the trap down, you got her, you do a headshot, you do another one, and she's hurting. So we'll see what happens. A little bit more CC, I'm hoping to be picked up from Meme. Nice Vayne pick as well, kind of capitalizing on that, kind of a countered into the Caitlyn. Caitlyn with that long range, able to poke them out. So for Memes right now, I'd love to see bot pressure to get that Vayne, to that mid to late game point. But if Caitlyn Thresh have, those great hooks, are able to outpoke and outlast them, this could be definitely a long, long lane for Vayne.
Absolutely, but hey, I've seen firsthand a Caitlyn into Vayne as well, and depending on how you play it, so it was my Caitlyn, I'm not gonna lie, and I played into Vayne and I got stomped. It was my fault, but there are some Vayne players that, even though they're at that range disadvantage, can definitely capitalize with their mechanical abilities, the damage that comes from Vayne. Getting that third proc off onto the Silver Bolts, definitely waiting until level 2 or possibly level 3, and if you can get the Condemn off, even better. Having the Leona Vayne, I definitely would run Cheap Shot here. I know I know a lot of people typically don't do that, but I think having that true damage come out from Leona, being able to get all those stuns, Vayne being able to get condemns out as well and follow up, I just think it would be huge, especially that early damage that Vayne kind of needs in order to combat this Caitlyn in her range. But the rest of the bands coming, though, Nico and Aatrox, and then Orianna and Yone. So they are still respecting the Orianna play. Shyvana, though, they're keeping up. I don't know if that's what I would do personally. Like, that was one of the biggest reasons why, that XRising won last game, was because of the amount of damage that Shyvana provided.
Yeah, the Shyvana pick here would be a little different. Hecarim's very mobile. You do have the Vayne that can condemn you away. But yes, if you do get on the Vayne right away, as you've seen, that Shyvana will just take you from 0 to 100 very quickly. Without the Nico pick as well, that'll be a little bit of a change of the game. Mm-hmm. Akali coming out, very interesting here. Hoping to get those kills early, picks start to roam, and really affect those side lanes as well, making her a menace.
And from what I see here, I believe that's going to be... There's a pick that didn't end up going through. But
that would be underneath Vayne, I believe, the Ziggs.
Is the Ziggs. Okay, yeah, I was going to say. So I was trying to figure out where that they were talking about Ziggs. So yes, for mid lane for Team Green or I Dream of Memes, that is going to be Ziggs mid into the Akali. And then Volibear is the top pick here for XRising. And then the last pick here, coming in from Team Green or I Dream of Memes, is going to be what? So we saw, what they're capable of doing, what Tech is capable of doing on Irelia. Do you think that transitions very well on over to Volibear? He is a really good trader as well. He's a duelist. He's a tank on top of that. Into a Nasus. Okay. So there's going to be bonks happening all around on the top side. How do you feel about that matchup, Nasus and Volibear?
It's not going to be... I've played a whole bunch of Nasus. I love the Susan. But, if you do get that pressure and you do fall behind early, your stacks mean nothing. So that's something where, Poppy, if they're doing the Poppy jungle, it needs to be applying the pressure and needs to hit hard.
Absolutely.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure how I feel about that Ziggs pick into this team comp.
Also agreed.
It looks, your first three are a really good start. You have the good engage, you have disengage, you have a little bit of AoE.
Yep.
You can pick and choose who you want, and then later, now we're picking a little bit more of okay, we're going to dominate that side lane of Nasus, and then Ziggs as well. Really great to take towers, great AoE damage, but now you're splitting what is your team's identity. On the other side here, we do have, someone that can dive that back line, somebody that can hold them at that line with Thresh. You have a Poppy that can either engage or disengage, send people out. There's a lot of versatility on XRising.
Absolutely. And if they're anything like, I mean, Akali is just one of those champions that can get in, do a bunch of damage, get out. She has the shroud, she has all the cooldowns, blah, blah, blah. Like, fantastic. Absolutely just a menace on the court from beginning to end. And Volibear, like, I like the safety that comes with all of XRising's picks so far. I really like Green's just full on going just in, doing an assload amount of damage, and just absolutely just trying to mow down as quickly as possible. So we're going to see a lot of Hecarim dives. We're going to see a lot of Vayne follow-ups as well. Let's hope Ziggs is able to get the damage out that Ziggs should be able to. I just think that I Dream of Memes needs to focus on pushing out a specific lane with the Ziggs W passive as early as possible, and then going ahead and trying to get these objectives out. And then coming in from XRising, they're going to want to try to get the early objectives while they're pushing out. So it's going to be like a trade thereof. That's how I would try to see it, because Ziggs' wave clear is too good. You can't really fully hard engage. I guess you can, because Poppy has the W stop, Leona from getting in, from Hecarim getting in. Does Poppy's W stop Hecarim ulti? I know it doesn't stop a Nocturne ulti. I don't know if it stops a Hecarim ulti, though.
Well, we will find out, I'm sure, by the end of the game.
I hope so. If we can get the timings down. But if anybody in chat knows that, that would be great to know. We have tested and seen that Nocturne does not get stopped by Poppy's W at all. But I don't know if it works the same as Hecarim. If it's unstoppable, then yes, it does not get stopped. Don't know. And they can't pick Vex Psych out. She's too new. We can't be having that. It's first off, no one really knows how to effectively play her. Secondly, no.
Just no.
Just no. It sounds terrible. But based off these two comps here, who are you looking for game number 3 here? Who do you think is going to take home the overall victory?
I think that momentum is going way too hard in favor of XRising, and that's why I'm going to be the big boy that I am and put all 2.5k into my boys for the voting for XRising. I'm either going to have to live underneath a bridge, or I will be living in the biggest mansion you've ever seen.
Well, let's hope for the mansion. That's what I'm rooting for you, buddy. But I'm a points kind of guy. You know what I mean? So yeah. My points are going to go with I Dream of Memes, definitely, because I want all 15,000 of those in my bank account right now. But comp wise, I'm really liking XRising right now. I'm not gonna lie. I Dream of Memes can do it. They definitely can. They have the capabilities, but I just like their comp a little bit more on the side of XRising, definitely. So, my points say one thing, but my actual vote in person is going to go towards the other there.
My mind's telling me no, but my body... Sorry for everyone who has to listen. I will say on Dream of Memes here, if you get a Nasus, start off really super strong. He's stacking up wise. You're getting to that 400 or 500, at that mid game, and you're clearly, that source of interest, just like a Rylionn on that past game. If Nasus can become that, who do you send to Nasus now? Right. If Volibear's taking him, you can't bring Poppy. There's not enough damage, and he will, out damage both of you. Akali, you're either going to have to burst him straight down, or he will take you out. Caitlyn, you do have that range, you do have traps, but once again, if he withers you, you might as well be moving backwards at that point. Right. Hecarim, I've seen them take games over and dive towers like they were cotton candy being thrown at him. So if you can get a nice early pressure, it definitely takes over. And we've seen, fizzed everywhere. The mechanics, the positioning, we've
Hmm.
seen that outplay. And as I've been on the receiving end too of a Caitlyn and the Vayne matchup going, oh, easy target, and then all of a sudden I'm like, what happened? I got left behind and I do no damage.
Yeah, Fizz everywhere is definitely not one to falter when it comes to ADC. Very mechanically gifted, and you cannot underestimate, especially the Vayne play. Primus also, fantastic support. Able to set up effectively as we saw in game number one. Game number two, lack thereof a little bit. Like I said, sometimes those hooks. It's like once you're in there, you're in there. And I know Leona kind of works the same way, but I like her W a lot more than I like Nautilus's W because it gives hard stats resistance versus just a shield in general, which can easily be just countered by a Serpent's Fane or just by a ridiculously strong Shyvana Irelia. So there isn't a whole lot that you could do with shields, but just hard resistances in general allow that overall dive to be a lot more effective. And just it's going to be Ziggs just staying in the back, throwing bombs as much as possible. I'm just very happy that we're getting to game number 3 overall. The missing champ is going to be Ziggs mid lane for the side of I Dream of Memes. And Laser, no, I'm not shaving my beard if Purple wins the league. That's not happening. I'm not agreeing to that. Absolutely not. Why would I penalize myself for winning? That's terrible. Like, that's the worst deal in the history of all deals that could be made.
I do want to touch on the summoner spells that are going to be picked here. I think Akali will bring Ignite. Could be wrong and grab the TP. And we'll see where Cleanse might be coming out as well for the AD carries. Nasus as well. You can go Ghost Flash. You can go Ghost Ignite. You can go TP. There's so many different things that you can do for your playstyle
Right.
to see how that works. And then build paths as well. I see there's a really good balance between both sides, AP, AD, who's going to get fed and where you're going to put your resources. So,
Right.
also level 1, is there going to be another invade? Are we going to have, we're going to wait until you're in the bush and then start attacking you? Or are we going to wait, find something cheeky out?
Oh, absolutely. And the only thing is I think Akali personally should go teleport here. Play it safe in lane. She's able to go ahead and effectively, because we know that Leona Vayne are going to be heavy engaged. That's exactly what they do. So right as soon as they use that Zenith Blade tumble in or ultimate, teleport straight to bot lane. I would be calling it out like as quickly as possible if I was on the side of XRising, and then that would allow the Akali to follow up and possibly, more than likely, get a double kill there because Thresh has the shield, he has the flays, he has the lockdown, he has a lot of things capable, and yes. Ocapio ended up going with the teleport here overall. Let me go ahead. The third game is now going to be starting here momentarily. But I'm very excited. I'm glad Okapi did the teleport. Same thing with Volibear. It's just more for the team. Ignite is just too early, like too early game reliant. Late game, it's kind of irrelevant, to be completely honest. Having Ignite, you could use it for Grievous Wounds effects, but that's the reason why you have the Executioner calling, and Grievous Wound items in general. But teleport is you can use at any point in time effectively. Is always a good sign, personally. Okay, here we are. Game number 3 is going to be starting here within the next few moments. I'm super excited. You said that you mentioned that you would like to see an invade here. Coming in from what side?
If you're going to invade and you really want to, I'd get it from XRising. You just took your momentum up. You do have a nice level 1, but on the other side too, it depends what they all take. If Nasus is willing to take Wither, you're looking at a catch out. If Hecarim's going to be chasing someone down with that E, Ziggs, bomb back. It depends what everyone's starting and how they feel. I don't doesn't look like they're going. Oh, never mind. I may have spoken too soon. Looks like a 4-man right there, stacking up a nice 5-man point on the other side. Probably won't get my level 1, but I like that. Just nice and easy. Take the game as it is, and see how it all goes.
Let's see if they do a late invade here. I know sometimes that's an effective strat, going in when they least expect it. Okay, Boxing of Kittens is going to go ahead and go early up, a little bit. They don't have any vision outward. I know Soviet kind of stepped up to try to do it, but yeah, no fighting. Everyone's going to play it nice, calm, cool, collected. Can't argue that. Play it safe. You don't want to give up these early kills. We saw that last game. That level 1. It was pretty unfortunate. They ended up bouncing back, definitely. XRising did. They gave up that early kill, but that ended up being completely okay. And we actually have Poppy starting blue, it looks like, instead of getting that traditional red leash. I like that, so she's going from top to bottom. Same thing with Hecarim, though. So they are mirroring jungle. Now, I am not a jungle savvy person. I don't know whether it's effective to start on the same side, to start on opposite sides. I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is when I see my jungler on the opposite side of the map starting off, I get uber happy because I know that they're going to go ahead and gank me first. And if they start on my side, they're not ganking me first, and I don't like that.
For a jungler's perspective, it really depends. Are you going to be that full clear, or are you going buff, level 3 and gank? So it depends on your route. But as you said too, if you get that deep vision, you see them on the opposite side. Now bot lane can play as aggressive as they want, and as we've seen before, that bot lane is tending towards that aggressive sides, capitalizing that that aggressiveness and gain that early level 2. You see that top lane, now you see that bot lane, and it just sets the pace of tone for your lane.
Did you see all those early deep wards on red and on the Raptors? Like, they know exactly where Hecarim's at. 100%. Yeah, great call. I didn't notice that until you just pointed it out right now. I was like, damn, they definitely do know exactly where they are. And Caitlyn also being the lane bully that she needs to be. 13-6 farm right now. Great job zoning out the Vayne, pushing it into her tower. That's exactly what you would expect. Boxing the Kitten's getting a little bit low there. Capio doing very good work, trading. But yeah, no, seriously. Soviet, I know he feels it in his bones. The jungler might be coming down. Even though they had all that vision. I love this ward placement. I'm going to go off direct to camera real quick. So I'm going to just go to the placement down here. Look at this ward placement by Soviet. Just not in the bush. It's right at the opening of where Dragon and the red side jungle meet, so they know exactly when Hecarim's going to go in. Even if you were to take the blasting plant over, you still see that.
Leona trying to get a little bit on Caitlyn here. Vayne having a couple of steps to get in there. By that time, the 90 caliber net going down. Poppy right now looking for Ziggs. There is not a lot of mana. Nice smash in there. And, Akali hearing that Shuriken and able to come back. Really nice start there. And Volibear just being a little bit of a menace. That pass of lightning, too, just hurting every once in a while. Wow. Threshold coming out, missing it. Leona taking that advantage. Ooh. A nice flay, trying to go into back. Unfortunately, that trap just barely missing. Exhaust comes out. And another engage coming here from Leona. Heals coming out as well. Another trap being laid out. A nice headshot coming in for Caitlyn. And this bot lane will not stop just hitting each other as much as humanly possible. There still is Ignite and Flash on Leona, but not a lot of mana. Looks like they are going to call this a win right now and back.
Yes, very nice. I mean, great follow-ups from both support players here. Like Primus, great job landing the Zenith Blade though onto the Thresh, or at least going back in. Great job from Soviet for landing the not the hook, but landing the Flay and the Lantern, at least providing that support for the Caitlyn that was needed. Caitlyn only having to burn out the cleanse, while Fizz had to burn out his heal as well. Cleanse, I believe, is a shorter cooldown than heal, if I'm not mistaken. 180 seconds? No, 210 to 240. Yeah, so 30-second difference. Still getting that 30-second buffer, especially on a heavy engage Leona like that. And WG again!
Predator coming out, smashes right on the side of that.
Oh my god.
Another kill going over. Now Akali, the one reaping the benefits, as well as that Poppy as well. A nice sheen with those early ganks. Predator being popped. Great usage of that spell.
That was an identical gank. Same spot, same corner, same everything. Like, that great job coming in from WG. So far, effective ganks. And one thing that I noticed is every single person... I'm still questionable on Arsenic, though, and Nasus obviously doesn't have any kind of dash or tumble or anything like that, so he's out of the question. But that W from Poppy stops the W from Ziggs, the tumble from Vayne, the E from Leona, and I believe the E from Hecarim as well. I'm unsure about the ultimate, but I know definitely the dash is stopped by Poppy. So, like, this Poppy pick is definitely the biggest thorn in Team Green's side right now. 100%. It's going to be very difficult to get around that, especially now that she's 1-0-1, has 42 farm. It's looking really good for her early on. Let's see if she can keep up the momentum, but great job from WWG.
Yeah, some words coming out here. From Green, the memes. There's a nice pink words coming out, but unfortunately, the buddy system right now of Poppy Thresh, the threat of Poppy getting another kill here is too high. They're going to be clearing out some vision, and without those, I haven't seen a whole bunch of it. Volibear kind of on the weak side here, or not, left to his own doing on top side. Hecarim trying to come up, and another third tank repeat coming out. Nice pop up. Nass is getting super low. Volibear ulting in, will not find him, and it looks like they are going to be chasing around. Nice Nass assault to regain the health, and Hecarim trying to get that Volibear, but he says, I can also run on 4 legs, you have no advantage here, and gets out of there. And that will be a secure dragon, knowing that Hecarim is topside.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought Techie was gonna bite the dust there a little bit after he turned back around, but no, great job, just being able to zone out, stay just far enough out of the Q from Hecarim, so he was not able to go ahead and get those stacks pulled on him. Soviet stopping the back real quick from Boxing of Cans, just delaying that back a little bit further, which is definitely gonna help Ocapio push out this wave here to deny him a little bit more experience and maintain his aheadness. So Soviet, right now, he is definitely getting my MVP vote. Again, I'm sorry. He is doing such a great job. Vision control all around Dragon. Vision control just in general. He has 7. Now they have a little bit on the ADC, but like the ADC didn't need to drop any wards at all earlier because of just how great of a control that Soviet is doing. Both dropped pinks at least, so they just don't need to do anything. They are just straight chilling right now. Safe as safe can be. Have the range advantage with the Caitlyn into the Vayne, like just rage. And they can't even fully engage because everything about Team Red right now, XRising, is just a direct counter to, like, draft-wise. This is looking kind of done from the beginning. So I take back what I said. I said it was in Red's favor, did I not? I did say that. So never mind. I take back what I take back. Getting confused.
It's mine originally. There's nothing to take back. I looked at top lane for Nasus. 111 stack heading back to lane. Okay. Not the worst stacks by any means, but also, it's definitely until you get to that 200-300 where you really start to see that difference of a change. Thresh kind of roaming around, getting that deep vision. Now you see, once again, top side is their priority to try to get that Volibear to keep, just being a monster up there. We see 2 pinks, one for Rift, one for the river right there. And then bot lane, Caitlyn just having that safety range, getting that boots 2 again here. Same thing with Vayne, and just being able to tick for tack. As long as I'm safe and, the rest of the team is getting ahead, that's a win in my condition right there.
Soviet is just all over I saw him in top side like a minute ago. Oh, he might have gotten a little bit too cocky there. He does have 2 members available. Oh, very nice. Sorry,
nope. Thresh getting a little bit kind of like you said right there. Poppy on the engage back there. Nice hook coming in for the Leona, having to burn that flash and ignite, and also Kali on that backside. So yes, he did overextend. Yes, he did cut out, but the member team and the communication of, hey, I got it, stay there, it's really, really coming together, which you love to see.
Yes, you do. You love to see if you are on that team, definitely. And Arsenic making his way back to top side. Does get caught out on no, he has no wards available, I'm sorry, at all. Already, had his ultimate. Ooh.
Trying to get out of there. Unfortunately, not going to be able to. If that Call of the Lenny would have came down, it may have been a different game. Hecarim coming down, having to use that as well. Nice weather by Nasus right there, and a couple of little free stacks you'll always take it. They still do have great vision, but unfortunately, just not quite up to that Tribush and your favorite top side right there as well. Looks like
Absolutely.
bot lane might be looking Poppy. Nope, headed back.
Do they? Yeah, they catch out the vision ward there. I was going to see if they did
Yes.
that in the river. They did. Yep, Poppy didn't even clear it though. Oh no,
Nope.
what is she hitting? Is she
she's
messing with Rift Scuttle or
she's
not?
flexing.
Oh, she's just
Just
chilling. Okay. Ooh, landing the ace in the hole though. On to Fizzed everywhere, getting him down pretty low. Dragon's going to be up in about a minute here, so he is able to back safely and return back in time for this dragon fight. So not a terrible position. Ace in the hole. Definitely. It's one of those ultis. It's like it's nice to have around these team fights, but it just takes too long of a build up. It's not like it's like a Jinx ulti or an Ezreal ulti or Draven, someone that can just use it and move on. But no, you have to lock in, you have to do all this stuff. It's like a Jhin. Like, it's a good one, but you can very easily be stopped. Or like Misfortune or something. And here we go.
Leonel coming out trying to get that Caitlyn cut
Oh
out position.
no.
Really good thresh hook right out, putting him back a little bit there, and they delay just enough for Caitlyn Heckram coming in. It's you do not pass go back to jail, do not collect the $200 and get sent back. Exhaust using by Thresh right there. He does have that summer spell as well for the Hextech
Ooh.
Flash. We'll see if he does try to do something cheeky right there. And Rift Herald taking down that first tower. A whole bunch of gold going over. And this Poppy's running ragged. Ziggs stepped up a little bit here. Unfortunately, caught out nice double
Oh my
shurikens.
god.
And just, this is going to get worse and worse here. Akali, going to have that free farm, now has 150 bounty on her head. Dragon just popped up. Infernal, not the worst things to see, but definitely going to help the damage output. And Mountain Dragon, this is not going to be good. If you have a full side of dragons, especially for Volibear, Akali, but like everyone on their team benefits so well off of this to sustain and do what they do best, just fight, fight, fight. Volibear trying to get a little bit of a
Ooh.
trade on Nasus, but Nasus has been able to free farm since there has been not a lot of penalty. Tries to ult in, try to pop him up, and will not happen. Nasus turns around, +6, will take that all day and a Q, and now it becomes the table has turned where Volibear is not able to pressure that Nasus as much. When you get those tanks, when you get those, Mundos, those people that kind of stand in lane, you're not going to be aggressive as an Aurelia, as a Jax, someone that can really hop on you and punish you for stepping up. But this time Nasus doesn't have that opponent, so he is going to be a factor here.
Absolutely, and I just Volibear could have just easily walked away. He turned back around and engaged an ulted Nasus with like 10 health. Like, he saw every single one of those Qs was taken out like a fifth of his health. And there was no reason for him to be up as far as he was when he re-engaged that. The Nasus had to flash away from the tower. He couldn't properly engage him any longer. Take your victories and run away. You do not need to fight that. That's just now a free kill that you give over. He has a Sunderer now. So, yeah, you cannot fight him at all. Not without help.
240 stacks as well.
Ooh.
And this is where it becomes a problem. I personally have seen it, done it, played against and for. Once you get those stacks up, you will gladly accept a 2v1, and they will come out the lesser for it.
Absolutely. I wouldn't want to do a 2v1 with a Kali per se, but Poppy maybe. But they definitely need to focus on getting an early Grievous Wounds of some sort. Volibear doesn't have a Bramble. He doesn't have anything. A nice hook landing in by
Grabbing that
Soviet.
Leona, Poppy able to come over, trying to pinch against the wall. Unfortunately, just missing by, I'm guessing, millimeters off of that. Otherwise, that would have been a really good catch out there. Thresh,
It would have.
great job just waiting in the lie there, waiting for her to leave, and then throwing out that hook. 12 to 10 right now for the levels. Hopefully Volibear will hit level 11 here soon, but trades are just going to get worse and worse and worse for him.
Yeah. He's also going for that Sunderer build, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. with the Phage and the... Oh, here we go. Predator coming in from WG. Ooh, that...
Poppy just
Ugh.
quick drive by saying hi.
Yeah, can't... I mean, that was a good amount of damage just throwing with the passive there. Just throw that little... I don't know what it's specifically called, but I do like it. It's up every like couple of seconds. I don't remember what it was. I don't play Poppy enough to care, to be honest with you. But Ziggs definitely moving on to the bot lane, trying to get at least some kind of farming done effectively. He cannot do anything against the Akali, and another
The
team fight
Iron
happening.
Ambassador, that's what it is.
Thank you.
Yes,
And
Leona coming down, Thresh also popping the ult, both supports popping that, looking for the Vayne, will not hit. Nice little trade back and forth. Volibear trying to go for this Nasus once again. He does have backup this time, but no way to slow down that Nasus, and he will just kind of hunker back his tower. TP by Ziggs right there, hoping for the backup. It looks like they're going to try to collapse this. Not a great way of getting out by some. Others can hop right over it. Nice Hecarim ult coming in, fearing that Akali in the shadows right there. Backline is getting torn up here, and Thresh goes down, and Poppy does as well. Volibear, unfortunately, caught out a little bit. Does get condemned on the backside there. Can't step back into this Call of the Lightning, and Leona taking a couple of tower shots, but still manages to survive. Hecarim taking up the rest of the tower, and that is just not the trade you want to see.
great communication coming in from I Dream of Memes here, collapsing, pinching into that chokehold point. The Leona ulti could have probably come out a little bit sooner to secure the kills. Akali was able to get out, had to get in through the shroud, flash away from there from the Vayne. But great job from the rest of them following up and diving underneath tower to pick up the kill on Volibear. And I thought they maybe would have gone for the Rift, but they aren't. And now they're having to base and try to reset for this Dragon, but I believe that they might be able to take it on the side of XRising Esports just quick enough. Poppy is en route there, and they did have to utilize a lot to secure those kills right before this Dragon fight, so it doesn't look like they're actually going to be in time for position or have any of the movesets available, no wombos or anything to secure this. Nope, Blue's going to take that effectively, quickly, and just make away like bandits. So, yeah, they may have lost that team fight there. They're still ahead by about 600 gold, so, slightly in favor, but just having to use all those resources in a fight where they didn't really effectively get anything, and they're going to go ahead and... Oh, never mind. I'm sorry, wrong team. Green is instead going to go ahead and pick up the Rift Herald. I thought for a moment that went on over to XRising, but no, they traded Dragon for Rift, so they don't have plates anymore. They don't have anything, so Soviet would say that's a victory. He doesn't really give a crap about the second Rift Scuttle there. It's kind of like a lesser priority, especially if it's a Mountain Drake. You definitely want to secure that. That puts you on Soul Point, and 3-0 Dragons is a really good position to be in at 19 minutes. We could see a 22-minute Soul, 23-minute Soul Drake. That's very good coming in from XRising.
That's definitely something that you can deal countering that Nasus as well. That late game, once he hits that point, but there is that time too where he is immobilized if you could pressure him down really quickly. But with that Elder Drake, 30% damage of you not having to deal is huge. So now, like you said, that pressure, having three of them available on that side of XRising, that next one, Soul Point, and after that, it just gets worse and worse and worse for your team. Nasus trying to now go against Akali. We're going to see what happens there. Both fairly fed in their respective positions.
But Nasus doesn't have any magic resist, though.
So a lot of shredding can be happening with Akali. That first Q, when you are level 1, takes, I think, 150 energy, if I'm not mistaken. And that's just about half your bar. And as you level in there, it gets lower and lower and lower, so you can start spamming them. Oh, Ziggs just unfortunately goes into one trap into the next one here. Not looking too well. That Akali's doing a really good job of keeping that shroud around just enough to get out of that wither. Unfortunately, Nasus is running her down now at this point. Hecarim also coming down just to watch that kill go over with or without magic resist. There's too much damage being pumped out of Nasus, so you either A, have to stop the bleeding and send your team there and get that shut down, or B, just play on the total opposite side of the map and make him come to you. Nice Leona coming down, trying to get that Caitlyn. Thresh once again trying pulling all the way back there. Caitlyn staying at that nice gigantic range.
Oh!
Poppy as well. Trying to send him back, and a nice hammer will send her back.
Oh, wow.
Zig's ult, really good wave clear, and the bot lane, this is not going to go well as a base race with Nasus. Usually does not tend to turn out anywhere you'd like to unless you're the side of Nasus. Caitlyn trying to poke out Ziggs right here. 90 caliber net. Won't find it, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Volibear coming on the backside of there. Hecarim gained that nice shutdown. Especially with that Sunder, he's going to be moving very fast, and unfortunately Volibear as well on the opposite side of that is going to be picked up, and it looks like Nasus was killed as well.
What is going on? They just were letting Nasus do whatever he wanted on the bot lane. He went all the way to inhib. Every single one of those towers was hit by Shelly. Every single one of them. And that you just can't allow that to happen. He doesn't have a hull breaker or anything. He instead went for the Sterix gauge. So, his split pushing is still extremely effective. Also got the shutdown on Akali earlier as well, before getting the rest of those towers and inhib. And then of course they did answer back in mid by getting the tier 1, but I would not have given up tier 1, 2, 3, and an inhib for a tier 1 mid tower. That is definitely not worth at all. Dragon's up in the next 48 seconds, so it wasn't even like you were battling hardcore for like any major objective. Tier 1 mid tower isn't really anything in retrospect to losing an entire bot lane. Now, one thing where I will say that this is a good thing for XRising, this is just free farm coming in onto the bot lane. Absolutely free. The bad news is someone has to be there to answer it, and now that leaves them in a 4v5 position on the opposite side of the map where Baron is up already. So, that's not good.
Nasus kind of waiting in the brush there, just hoping to find a squishy target to catch out. Good word placement here. I'd send Nasus topside right now. You know 2 people are going to have to answer him. He's already got bot lane. Let him get topside. Dance around Dragon. Let them, pick their poison. Do you want to go for the Nasus, or do you want to lose your Dragon?
Oh, no.
Nice little bomb squad comes out, just able to catch out that Akali. Hecarim diving all the way to the back line. Nice AoE damage. Able to pick that up, as well as the Thresh from Vayne, and this team fight is looking worse and worse. Polybear as well getting taken down, and now Poppy and Caitlyn have to retreat, and that will be a saving grace of Soul.
Absolutely. A much, much needed Mountain Drake going on over to the team of I Dream of Memes. That's at least going to stop Soul for XRising here. It's going to prolong it for just the next couple of minutes. They might even be able to go ahead and turn their attention towards Baron. They still don't have Volibear or Akali up for the next 10 seconds. Vayne definitely has the burst capabilities to do so, and Nasus, if he makes his way up there, could do it. Yeah, they're going to be able to effectively do it. It's not a worry at all. But Poppy making her way into the pit. She cannot 1v3. She is at about 50% health right now. Ulti isn't available either. Does get caught out.
Going towards the backside, hoping. But with blind vision, there's not too much that you can actually do to do. Really nice attempt, but without the vision, clearly it's a guessing game of who's going to have it. Thresh also stepping up a little bit. That Wither not going to be able to take it, but Ziggs definitely will. There we go. Rylionn trying to come out. Shuriken back, and Kali will step away. Leandri's just taking him for that last moment. I did rewind back to the Dragon fight, and that team, XRising, you were split. You had your AD carry and your mid in that Dragon pit, and everybody else was outside of it. So that's one of those positioning things where you need to pick, are we going in or are we going out? And we need to make it right now.
Right. Yeah, just really unfortunate communication mishaps right now on the side of XRising, and they're taking full advantage. I Dream of Memes, and like you said, Nasus is just being super effective. He is a big boy. How many stacks does he have right now?
I will take a look. He's got 450.
Holy God! Okay, so yeah, he's a beefy boy right now. 450 stacks.
Your Q is doing 560 physical damage. And for turrets, you're looking at 4 to 5 shotting turrets.
In this game, I would not have gone Stormrazor's Edge second item. I would have went Lord Dom's.
Yep.
all day long.
Even Blade of the Rune King, something to take out, that Nasus, something that can deal with that.
Are you able to see the overall rune page of Caitlyn? Do you know if she went cut down, coup de grace?
I will take a look here and I will let you know.
No worries, because I also would have taken cut down here. Once again, giving you know that they're a tanky team. Hecarim is going to be tanky. Not like everyone's going to have more the health than you, more than like, or at least 3 out of the 5 members are. So that 8% that you do more below 40% health, like, yeah, that's great, but you got to get them there in order to get the effective damage output from that spell or mastery. So I would have definitely went cut down here. Great job from Boxing of Kittens of sticking to the side lane and pushing. Gets the W passive off to, open up the inhib for top side here. Teleport coming in. Oh, the hook unfortunately stopped right in front. Teleport coming in, though, from Nasus to get the Baron usage on those minions still. As much as they can, they want to keep on sieging there. Nice flash forward, and the flash out coming in from Ziggs. They're just playing.
He did take cut down.
Oh, okay, good. Great job. So great job from Birds in doing so, but a little bit of a mishap in terms of item build. I definitely would have gotten lower doms there as well. The only reason why I say so is because I've been called out by my team for doing the exact same thing here as Birds, and I can see how right they are in terms of effectiveness of item utilization. Like, that is a good item on her, but not in this circumstance.
I'll be trying to 1v1 the Ziggs and will end up having this. Vayne as well, trying to tumble her way down 1v3. Does get the trade kill. Caitlyn on the backside of that. Poppy living for quite some time. Volibear right now kind of go in, but with that Nasus, I'd be backing out as much as I can. Volibear kind of taking him up as much damage as we can. We see Caitlyn trying to hit that Nasus, but unfortunately, there's too much armor right there. No. Leona going over the wall. There's not a lot of help happening right now. Akali being able to take that kill right back. Still Nasus up. There will be a little bit of trade damage here from Akali, but ultimately, as soon as Nasus gets on you, it's not going to happen. Also, that Hecarim 5, 0, and 6, you are able to go wherever and whoever you want on. Dragon popping up for the next 30 seconds, and unless they get there right now, I don't think XRising will have the position.
Yeah, it's they're doing good. Like, Poppy able to pick up that kill, and literally she was alive for like 30 minutes longer than I thought she was going to be here in their own jungle. Heck, I'm barely making it out. Oh, good job. If Soviet didn't take that slight detour, let's see if they're able to pick up this dragon. It is their sole point. Ziggs is making his way down there along with the Nasus. Leona and Hecarim a little bit a ways behind, but they are taking their time in terms of getting this started here. So they are going to be able to get there in time for this fight. Okay, they are going to start it, so they're going to try to pull it out of pit. They know that there's vision inside the pit. Taking a little bit of aggro. Let's see if it resets. No, it doesn't. It does get drawn out. Techie is going to go ahead and try to start from the top. Everyone's going to go ahead. Akali's going to flank around from the bot-hand side. There you are. Go ahead, take over, my friend. Oh!
No, trying to go to the backside right now. Dragon being picked up by Memes. Hecarim diving all the way in the back line. Caitlyn trying to get out of there, and unfortunately will not happen. Double kill for Nasus right there. Leona going in on Thresh flashing over, and Hecarim diving in. That giant AoE coming out. Leona is going to keep looking at Soviet snipes. Triple kill for that Nasus, and even with all the escapes, Caitlyn cannot do anything. Baron coming up here in 46 seconds, but that just might not even be an idea right now, as that Nasus will be running it down and taking everything that he can. Triple inhibs right now will be exposed if they do not end the game, and that is a death sentence almost in itself right now. Akali going in trying to get that. Vayne as well. Yeah. Getting close a little bit off camera, but does get that kill. That is a really nice delay right now. Honestly, XRising, give up that dragon. You don't have the priorities. You don't have the vision. You don't have a pick out. Wait. It's not sold for them. You have the moment, and as we just saw, if that team fight goes bad, you just lost just about everything.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And, I mean, 2 mountain drags, not bad. 3rd mountain drag, you're going to be a little bit nervous there. I would have just given up the 2nd mountain drag in terms, and then just try to trade somewhere on the map. Go get Baron.
Yes.
Get a second and third inhib. Put pressure somewhere else on the map. Now they have 2 open inhibs. In terms of them being taken down, they have all 3 inhibs open, but like their whole base is exposed right now, and they still have to go through tier 2 tower in every single lane. Poppy is just on a mission to make Boxing of Kitten's life as miserable as hell this game. Like, seriously, just focus.
He's doing it.
Targeting.
But with that Poppy being bot lane now, no smite damage, and they are looking towards that Baron being a little bit of a threat.
Yep.
And they can definitely 2-man it with Vayne and Nasus. Once again, nice pop-up. Poppy doing really, really well getting that solo kill, but on the backside, you're giving up Baron. I don't know if that's worth.
It's not. Like, yeah, you just set up your team. Now the only person that doesn't have it, doesn't matter. All right, anyways.
Volibear going in, trying to get out of there with the Thresh Lantern. Won't be happening. Vayne, sneaky, trying to get around. Had to condemn him, or was looking to condemn, but didn't even need to. Hecarim running as fast as the little legs will give him. Akali doing a good job of trying to get out of there. Poppy on the other side as well. Leona looking for something. Seraph Blade will not find anyone. Poppy putting up that shield, and with minions coming down, the amount of dive pressure, you can't really do too much. It is a 3v4, so there is a little bit of hope if you do find someone out. Leona going to the backside, and that is a cleanse coming out for Caitlyn.
This is the bug. It's
a little froze for me, unfortunately.
It's a spectator bug link, unfortunately. So this probably generally means, more than likely, that Red was unfortunately defeated. It's a spectator bug link. Has nothing to do with your connection or anybody's connection at home. But yes, it was definitely unfortunate. But it looks like Team Green, or I Dream of Memes, is the victor overall. Congratulations to them. I know we didn't end up getting to see the ending there, but that is okay. We can clearly tell it was 22-13, and even says defeat here for Team Red. But great job. Game 3, super great. Fizzed everywhere, did fantastic. But overall, Windward was the one and only reason why I think that they won that game. He applied all the pressure everywhere, single-handedly took out bot lane, set his team up for just excellency from the mid game to the late game there. That allowed Fizz to go ahead and capitalize because they were getting pushed out heavily from the Caitlyn Thresh. Like, there was just not a whole lot that the rest of the team could do against everybody. But Nasus was able to just stay in his lane, farm up his Q as much as possible, and then boop, that's it. Just take the game from there. That's what Susans do. But let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and give the predictions out. Team I Dream of Memes is the victor for that game number 3.
All my points.
And yeah, give me that. I'm sorry, bro.
If anyone can put up a guy for a night, I don't care what kind of hotel it is, just somewhere to stay.
It's all right, but who is your MVP for the evening? I'm going to go ahead and get that up while you explain. So we can get this.
I would go with Fist everywhere. Just the positioning all throughout all 3 games were consistent. I did take a look at Soviet Snipes as well. Another 91 score, even being down and being pressured. So really, really good, ward placement. I think his name should be put out there as well, even though they did not come out with the win. Jungle pressures as well. Really, really set up 6-0-13. Honestly, I can see, Leona really good engages, keeping that vision score, good pressure on the bot lane. And then Nasus, obviously, that last game, as you saw, had a little bit of rough going in that first early patch. But if you don't, pin him down early, that's the, unfortunately, the amount of damage he'll do. But honestly, I'd go for the AD carry. Fizz everywhere, all 3 games. Just consistency.
I personally, I like Arsenic a lot. Fizz everywhere, definitely effective. That's exactly what ADCs are meant to do and supposed to do. I love everything that Fizz did. It was just the setup from the jungle. Yeah, they were a little bit lack thereof of jungle objectives in game number 3, but game number 1, really great. Game number 2, everyone kind of faltered there on the side of green. So you can't really look at game number 2 with MVP voting. But then game number 3, 6-0-13. You cannot get any more effective than that as a jungler. You're a part of 19 out of 25 kills. That's like 60+%. Kill participation, great job. 20 kills overall for Windward Ocean in that game. Also great job, but Arsenic was just everywhere, able to effectively set up everybody for victory, especially Windward in the top side there. He focused a lot, was able to get Tech, just non-existent in game number 3, which allowed, Windward to go ahead and farm up easily, get the items that he needed to be the unstoppable Susan that we all know and love. So everyone go drop your votes for MVP. So far, Arsenic is in the lead right now with 4 votes. Fizz everywhere. Oh, just tied him right now with 4 votes as well. Windward and Primus don't have any at the moment, but Boxing Cans with just 1. But yeah, I am personally going to go with Arsenic on that one. I definitely put my voted for them. They did a fantastic job.
Games like this, you love to see. It's a back and forth, nail biter all the way to the very end. There's no loser coming out of this. Like the best of 3, honestly, in my opinion. Both teams did really well. There was, not a clear cut winner at any point. We were both, I could see it, even though you couldn't see us. We were on the edge of our seat, just slamming our head against, crazy going. And those are the type of the games that you would love to see. That's what's expected. And, more games from here on out hopefully are going to be like that. I can confirm again, more legs, more win. That's how it goes. You pick Hecarim and your speed.
It just ends up being like that. And it looks like we might actually have a duo MVP vote for tonight. That is possible, by the way. You are more than welcome to have 2 MVPs. Fizzed and Arsenic are both looking really well right now. But, great gameplay. I'm curious to know a few of the calls that were made, and just how everyone was throughout the games, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. And it looks like, yes, we are going to have 2 MVPs for tonight. MVP. Arsenic and Fizzed everywhere, so I'm going to go ahead and pull them. They should be ready. I'm not even worried. So I'll just go ahead and pull them in right now. Move to, where is my couch? Here it is. And where's Fizzed? Did he leave? Oh no, his name is just different. Never mind. I'm sorry. Bingo. All right. Hello. You wonderful people. How are you both?
How you doing?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Coming off a nice high from the vein pentakill.
That was sweet. I'm not gonna lie. That pentakill, which I think is the first one in Silver League, so congratulations for making history there. Great focus, great everything. I want to start off. Game number 1. Great job, great focus. Game number 2 a little bit shaky, and then you guys refocused to take game number 3. But going based off of just where did you want the focus to be? So did you say, okay, game number 3, I'm Susan, or Susan is up there. Let me just go ahead. We're gonna feed them, and they're just gonna go ahead and spiral out of control and do exactly that. Did you want them to go Hull Breaker or Sterix Gauge? Explain if you can.
I'll be honest. I just kind of let him build what he wanted to.
Okay.
The plan was just to go top and press R. Pretty much it.
Well, it worked. I can't argue that. And were you guys shocked to have as much free time as you did in the bot lane there? Did you think that they were going to back? Or it's like right as soon as you saw, it's like, okay, no, they're really dead set on focusing this tier 1 mid tower that we're just going to plow through bot lane and just continue going through there.
Yeah, this bum insta-locks Thresh first pick every game. Fucking only roams mid. I don't know, man. I just pick Fleet Footwork into Vacate, and it's just free. I don't know. Just give me a free lane. Let me scale it, NASA scale for no reason. Just focus as Ziggs, I guess. Thanks, man.
You called him a bum. You can't do
He
that.
is a bum, man. First pick Thresh 3 games in a row. Landed maybe 4 hooks.
Why didn't you guys ban him out? You knew he was going to pick it.
I know, because we don't have to, man.
I
don't know, we just didn't have to.
You can't complain about a pick that you knew he was going to do and he didn't ban out. I mean, your bans were really good.
Oh, no complaints, man. No complaints.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, the roams were really good in terms of all that. Gitano, any questions for them so far? We're not cutting it off anytime soon. I'm just trying to think of more stuff.
Yeah, no, game 2, what was the mentality going after that into game 3? How did you guys prepare yourselves?
We said don't feed our lanes, and then we didn't.
You set a goal and you reached it. Simple. Cut and dry
Yeah.
white toast. This
Yes,
side,
sir.
it's done. We add the butter. We serve it. There's
It's
nothing
just not
fancy, but you get the end product.
I know you guys got a little
Yes.
bit of a late start into the league itself. What is your I do not recall all of the wins losses, unfortunately. Where are you placed out now throughout the league? I believe you were first placed again. Are you not?
I believe so. I honestly have no idea.
Okay.
Because the last week's game kind of threw us off because it was forfeit. So I think we're first.
Yes, yep, that is true. And what teams are you looking forward to going into? So I know we're going to be wrapping up here soon. You guys are going to probably lock in either first or second seed. I'm pretty confident it's going to be first seed here. So, like, which teams do you expect to give you the biggest problems not moving into playoffs here?
They all seem pretty easy, to be honest.
That's talking.
All right, we're wrapping up here early. No, I'm just joking.
I'm scared of you,
Come on.
Caitlin, Rylionn. I love you. Scared of you, Caitlin, bro. Come on, man.
Okay, I was gonna say. I mean, there's no teams at all that you're worried about. Zero. I'm ready to run back week one. I'm so sorry. I can't. I have this. I have this vendetta built up inside me. I want to verse you all so badly.
Casters are going to unite for Team Orange against you.
Yeah, exactly. But no,
Just take it
seriously.
easy on us.
And you know, just looking at what they were going with. I mean, you guys saw that the Aurelia was like the biggest problem moving into game number 3, and you gave up a few bans there. What did you change going into game number 3? Let me see here. So you had to go with
We banned Irelia.
yeah, that was essentially your biggest problem was the Irelia just moving forward, and once you got rid of her, it was kind of just like easy pickings from that point forward. And Viego, was that a misclick? I'm just curious, or was that like, no, we just don't want to give that to them because we didn't see any hints of Viego or anything like that, and then you just kind of just threw it out there, and you left Shyvana open. Were you just not worried about them repicking that, or?
I was pretty confident in playing the Hecarim Shyvana matchup. I'm a lot more familiar with that than the Fiddle Shyvana matchup for sure.
Okay. I mean, the fiddle play was fantastic. You guys were kind of a little bit overzealous after your ultis, though. You had that one really good ulti in the middle river there, Bush, mid-game around like the 8 to 12-minute mark, somewhere in that time frame. But then after that, they kind of just effectively were able to, flay you away and do everything. And so you kind of planned around them maybe picking Shyvana again, just securing the Hecarim, and then just locking it down from that point forward. So I respect it. And did you want the Leona pick for Primus? Was that like, okay, dude, go back to this? Like, we don't want you on Nautilus again. Did you guys flame him for his Nautilus play? I'm just curious. That's for me.
I wasn't trying to tilt him in game, but he had yet to land a hook and lane, so I didn't want to flame him too hard, But you said, come on, Primus, bro, let's get some Leon. You got those nice ults.
I
Dude.
imagine
Those nice
before
ults.
the MVP chat, he's like, "Yo, just don't hit me too hard in the interview. I can do better."
Nah, we love Primus out here, dude.
No, he's good, but when I see him not do well on Nautilus, that just makes my day. Cause the first week he shit on me with Nautilus. I'm not gonna lie. And then when he's missing hooks, it makes me happy. So it's just like, that's right, get off that, go back to Leon. Like, that's what I was just saying in my head. I didn't actually say it out loud
I
in
can't
stream.
him again. I'm gonna give him so much shit.
It just was like, when he pulled up Leon again, I was like, okay, that makes sense. He did really good on Leon in game 1. It doesn't hurt to go back onto it on game 3. He did very, very, very well, both 1 and 3. 2 is a little bit iffy there. But any closing remarks, shout-outs, anything like that you guys have for anybody within Gap or just in general?
Susan Gap.
Susan, yeah.
Susan Gap, that shows true, tried, and effective here. And that is going to be it, though, for this week. We don't have any other games planned at all. We do have, I believe it's the final week before playoffs is next week that we have to play out here, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Schedule's not set up yet, but definitely get ready for that. It should start on Tuesday next week. Definitely, once again, It is your boy Rylionn, and joining me tonight was Gitano, the bearded duo that you guys have asked and longed for so long, and then tonight's duo MVP once again, which is going to be Arsenic Fox and Fizzed Everywhere. So great job again, both of you guys. Congratulations on the victory, just securing that seed 1 spot. We were right there. We were so close, but don't worry, we'll get you next time. But you guys all have a great rest of your evenings, and we will catch you next week, everybody. Peace out.
Thanks for the cast, guys. Take care.
See ya.